What's up? We did it. We're here.
You're sure?
I think so. The chat is not terribly happy. What's up, chat? Welcome to vscode and Friends live from Microsoft HQ. As you can see, we're in the studio, which they've done up quite nicely. These bulbs and happy coding sign.
I'm impressed.
And I have my friend Cory House here. What's up, man?
Thank you for having me, Burke.
Thank you for being here. We are sorry we ran a little late. Chat doesn't understand all the shenanigans.
If they could see how many wires are involved in this, they'd understand.
It's wild. And actually, you're supposed to be on this side. I'm supposed to be on that side.
Yes.
You have all the controls that I'm supposed to know how to use.
I've got knobs down here. I don't know.
You can literally do everything. So what's up, folks? Today, what we're going to do is we've got a lot of special guests for y'all. And we're going to kind of just hang out and do some vibe coding here for the next couple of hours. And the idea here is that our friends are going to help us figure out what to build, and then whoever comes next is going to have to build on what they did.
So they all have to deal with my decision here.
Correct. So Cory, but first, before we get started, maybe just introduce yourself to the chat. For those who don't know you.
Okay.
Yeah, who are you? Do you work at Microsoft? What's going on?
I do not work at Microsoft. I'm unemployed, as my kids say, also known as independent. So I've been an independent consultant for about 6-7 years, mostly these days working with teams focusing on front-end work a lot with Playwright, with TypeScript, with React, those sorts of things. I also publish courses on Pluralsight and DomeTrain.
Interesting. All right. I'm looking at chat, and they're telling me my mic is not right. So what I'm going to try to do is fix my mic. Is this better, chat? I hear them fine. So I hear them fine. Chat, is my mic better? Back to this one. We'll see. All right. So yes. Sorry, Bear. Good intro there, Cory. With DomeTrain, we're here this week. We've been doing, so we had some sessions yesterday kind of about like where all of this is going and what we're doing here at Microsoft about that and talking with y'all about that. So it's been exciting. It sounds like it's coming through the laptop.
When you got a mic that fancy, you want to use it.
Yeah, no kidding. Brenda says it's all right. Okay. And then just all over the place. All right, look, chat. We'll try to fix the audio after the next session. My goodness. All right. So, Cory, let's get started here.
Okay.
It does sound like we're being picked up on the other mic. All right. So I'm gonna come here. Let me add my screen to the stage here, and we're gonna get a little inception. Y'all bear with me. All right. Now, Cory, we can literally do anything we want here. We have, let's close this. So, what
insiders install here? I say we've got the latest bits.
What would you do here?
Well, so our first choice is, what are we going to build? Is that right?
What are we going to build? How are we going to build it?
Ooh, and both. Okay.
Like, what technologies would you use?
Okay. Well, so for starters, I would definitely want to use TypeScript.
Okay.
I want some type safety.
Okay.
I'm assuming we're building a web app. We go with
that?
Your call.
I mean, we can build.
I'm hoping we build a web app.
We can build a native Linux app. If you
want to, hey, you're over
I don't
there.
know. I don't even.
Now you make a fine point. We could choose something that's totally out there.
Really hard to do.
Yeah.
Like a native Mac app or something. I feel like we're just asking for it at that point.
I feel like we are.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was thinking web app myself.
Okay.
And I really like cars. So anything in the realm of automotive would be interesting to me.
Okay. Something with cars.
Yes.
All right. I'll tell you what. We should ask Copilot and be like, hey, yo, we're on a live stream.
Copilot needs to know that.
We need an idea for an app to vibe code. You think LLMs know what vibe coding is?
I should hope so. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, if the training date.
It depends on when it's trained.
Yeah,
yes.
Interesting.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So vibe code, something to do with cars.
Mm-hmm.
Please. All right.
I like the PLS there. We're going to throw a little bit of slang in there for it too.
I'm going to have to see if I can close this. Y'all don't want to see my emails pop up, I promise you, or my Teams messages. That would be bad.
Sounds entertaining.
It probably would be. Chat, you probably enjoy that.
Oh, here we go.
All right, here we go. So quick hit list. We can do a car spec showdown. Enter or pick two cars and instantly compare horsepower, torque, 0 to 60, weight, price. Start with a tiny JSON data set, add radar chart, winter badges, fuzzy search. Okay. Real-time car telemetry simulator.
Wow.
Guess the car silhouette. That's actually quite fun. It seems like that could be really hard though, because like, where are you going to get the car silhouettes?
Yeah, there's too many similar silhouettes too these days.
Oh, that is true. Crowdsourced road hazard. Users drop pins. Dude, some of these would take months to build.
Yes.
Like, we should specify we have 3 hours.
That's a good way to narrow this on down.
A little bit. Yeah. By the way, y'all, I'm using auto here. Cory, you have this new auto mode in vscode. And what this is in this iteration, what we do is we pick the best model behind the scenes based on availability capacity. So essentially, not all, and you'll see I'm also I'm getting thinking tokens now in Insiders, which is pretty cool. You can watch the model think. But the idea here is that you don't, like, the upstream models may or may not be under load, right? And so if you pick auto, we will route you to the best model. That's the way it works today. And when we do that, so you can see here, when it comes back, we'll see what model actually got used. But if you pick auto, what we will do is we will discount the premium request. So if it uses Claude, instead of charging you for 1x, we charge you for 0.9x. So if we go down here, it's just going and going and going.
Oh, it's running. It's actually looks like it's building something already.
It's writing code in the chat. This feels like a 4.1 response. Let's see here when it comes back. But down the road, chat, what we want to do with auto mode is actually pick the best model for you based on whatever it is you're trying to do, right? Because sometimes you need full GPT-5 or you need full Claude, and sometimes you don't. You just need 4.1 would be the best model. And so I think in a perfect world, you wouldn't have to worry about the model.
I agree. It's one of those things that seems funny to me. I feel like we'll look back on this era and go, we were really arguing all of this time doing things that a computer could likely do better. Just have an algorithm that figures out which model makes sense for what I'm needing to do at this time based on all the context. So it's
like if you have to know what these models are good at. It's almost like you have to be an expert in that particular model to know how to use it best. Yeah. So in this case, you can see down in the corner, it's kind of hard to see, this says GPT 5.9. So we used auto, we got routed to GPT 5, but we got a bit of a discount there. So what did it say? 3-hour timeline suggestion, paste scaffold, install dependencies, confirm live speed, RPM updating, add nicer gauges. But what are we building?
Good question. I assume that was at the top.
Yeah. It spit out a bunch of code.
Yeah.
Let's see here. I'd said, okay, setting up a task plan to-do list for building a 3-hour real-time car telemetry simulator. That's not what I said at all. So here's what we do. So we go back and here's another thing we added, which is the ability to go back here and we should be able to restore the checkpoint. Where is that? In any event, let's go back here. Let's go to 4.1 and say, we only have 3 hours. What's the best option? And so we'll back up here. So doing a little revisionist history through the chat. Here's a 3-hour immediate visual feedback. You want to maximize the wow. You can ship a working MVP with the 3-hour window. The real-time car telemetry simulator is the best option. Immediate visual feedback.
Okay.
You can ship a working MVP in under an hour. All code is showable. You can fake all the data. Great. All right. So,
okay.
You good with this?
Yeah, let's roll.
All right. So what do we do first here?
So a car telemetry simulator is tracking all the different movement of a vehicle, right? That's what it means to me.
Let's scroll back up here. Let's go back to the top here. Simulate a car's speed, RPM, gear, coolant, temp, battery, GPS, path. Backend pushes updates over WebSockets. Front end shows gauges, charts. So I think it's just simulating like a dashboard of different car measurements, whatever those are.
Okay. So I start assuming then we're going to be looking at a simulated dashboard then of some sort.
Correct.
So that's going to be the UI side of things, is more or less gauges that are moving around showing all this data.
Yes.
That's what I'm picturing here. So then presumably I did see WebSockets mentioned in here. Oh yes, and point number 2. So we'll be getting a back and forth there. So there's sort of this question to start. Then, do we begin with the UI or do we begin with the back end?
What I would do is I would probably pick the front end and start there, just because I'm more comfortable there.
Mm-hmm.
So I would pick like Astro, Next, something like that. And this is what I would do. And then scaffold out that project. I wouldn't want the AI to do that. I would do that. I wouldn't trust the AI to do that.
Yeah. Well, and presumably if you've got a designer on the team, they'd be perhaps handing over particular ideas about how it should look and work and that things too. But we're sort of we're effectively going to wear that hat too.
Right. Yes. We're doing everything.
Yes.
We're full stack.
Yes.
The agents is full.
Yes.
All right. So what do you want to do? How do you want
Well,
to start?
let's get the UI going then.
All right, let's do that. So let's start then. What stack do you want to use?
I'm good with Next or Astro.
Yeah. You do Next? Okay.
Yeah, let's do Next.
So the way that I would do this is I can't find my control key. What I would do is use the inline chat here and say, let's move to 4.1. 4.1's probably fine. And I would just say new Next.js app. Now, I know that like I probably should know this command, but I just don't. I don't ever remember.
Yeah.
But AI is pretty good at this. All right. What do we call it?
Car telemetry.
Naming things is hard, but you make it look easy, Cory.
I've been practicing.
Telemetry.
Yeah. Now you've got to spell it though.
That feels like too many E's.
No, you got it.
Okay.
Nailed it.
That's it, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's send it.
Yeah.
Get a new Next.js app here.
Yeah.
Now, is this? Are you a Next? Would you like to use TypeScript? Cory?
Yes.
Okay. Yes.
I didn't hesitate there.
You did not.
Yeah.
Yes, Lent.
Oh, sure.
All right. Shout out to our friend Nicholas. Would you like to use Tailwind?
Yes.
Defaults to no. Would you like your code inside a source directory?
No.
Okay. App router?
Yes.
Okay.
So, this is where I'm a little torn. Should we use the latest turbo pack here? Oh,
now I don't know what this is. The one of the areas where I'm like,
okay.
Sure, what's the default?
It would be safer for us to go no, just because turbo pack is pretty fresh bits. The only real advantage of us using turbo pack would be faster. It'll build a little faster. But
we are on a tight timeline.
Let's do no, just so we're not spending our time dealing with that. No, that's fine. Import alias at.
You're good with that? Okay.
I'm good with that.
All right. Installing dependencies. Here we go.
Yes.
So do you use Next.js a lot?
Yes.
Okay. And you're React, but you do mostly React stuff. And in fact, most of what I've learned about React is probably from your Twitter account.
Oh, that's dangerous.
Yeah. If you don't follow, if you're doing React, you're not following Cory on Twitter, you are missing out.
Thanks.
Yeah, all the React tips, man, is really, really good stuff. All right, so let's go to our telemetry, car telemetry, and then we're going to open it, and I'm going to do this, which just opens the project and reuses this window. And
nice.
Here we are. All right, now, do you code a lot with agent, or are you still?
I'm a mix of the two. I'm still getting comfortable with the idea of letting agents just run on their own more. I'm more like human in the loop style, very much so.
Same.
Like I prefer small little steps forward. And I think that's maybe just me showing my age too. It's just moving like full tilt to agent. Like a friend of mine is actually running agents in a loop overnight while he sleeps, wakes up in the morning, and then just looks at what's there.
Yeah, I've heard about this.
This is sort of directionally what I wanted. Sometimes he's throwing a lot of things away, but he's on a plan where he has no concerns about how many tokens he's burning overnight.
Yeah.
So that's a weird setup to me. It's objectively wasteful as far as resources to some degree, but it's also, if you can accept the fact that you're sometimes going to go down the wrong road and just throw it away and try again, so be it.
I mean, that's sort of like, and we're getting philosophical here, but that's kind of like, have you heard about this abundance sort of mindset with AI, where it's kind of like, it's nothing to generate thousands of lines of code. So why not just do it and throw it away if you don't like it? Right? In the past, you wouldn't write 5,000 lines of code and just throw that away. That would be an enormous loss and waste of time. But
Right.
now it's just nothing.
Yeah.
Except for all of the energy and electricity that it took to write this, which
Which
is
is
exactly
something,
nothing.
but yeah.
All right. So how do you want to proceed here?
So I think we begin, we should just make sure, we can presume that it runs. That's a pretty safe bet. But we know that first we want to display the dashboard. So if we could tell Copilot to create a dashboard page, when we load the home page, I would expect to see a dashboard of a car, and it can decide, and the data that it should show can be mock data for now, but we want it to display the stats that we had before. I don't know whether you still have that because it was in a different instance of Insiders.
It's the same window. Let me see here. No, yeah. I wonder. No, yeah, that's unfortunate. We don't have the making a note chat.
Yeah. So, I mean, for starters, though, it was saying what? It was things like the speed, the temperature.
Exactly, right. So, and in fact, we could probably regenerate, just say we're building a car telemetry simulator. What would the dashboard look like? And then I'm just going to say, do not write any code. So we have these like 3 modes in chat. We have agent, ask agent, and edit. And these are sort of like historical artifacts almost, because in the beginning, the AI didn't write any code. And they were like, well, what if it like wrote some code? And then agent mode was like, well, just like, what if it does everything? And so what I do is I just use agent. And if I don't want them to write any code, I just say, don't write any code. So let's see if we can get a speedometer, RPM, real-time graphs for speed. Engine temp, fuel level, map or route visualization, status indicators. Okay, so let's start. You would start with a dashboard page. How would you tell the AI that you need a car dashboard, or would you just?
Well, that seems important here because these are the sorts of things you would expect to see on one, right?
Well, but here's I guess
maybe I'm missing your question.
No, you're right. It's in my mind. I never know how to get started. So because the reason why is because I feel like if I ask for that, it's going to give me so much that I'm not going to understand it. Where if I say, just give me a simple dashboard, I will understand what components did it install for this, how does this all work, and then I can build from that into something more specific. But this is you get to call it.
That's fair. So you're sort of inferring that it would be simpler if the dashboard initially just shows a small amount of data rather than all the things.
If we want to understand what's happening, if we don't care, then we could just try to one-shot it, right? We literally could go in and say,
because I always get a one-shot it, but I'm thinking about we got 3 hours here, and we want to see.
Well, you got like 2 minutes.
No, not you and me, but you.
That's true. We do have an entire day.
Yeah, in fact, someone may be about ready for round 2 here.
About to swap in.
Yeah.
Wow. Are we out of time? We didn't even get started.
Yeah.
Well, Cory, thanks for being on the stream. We will proceed in building your vision. You can follow it. If folks want to find you,
you can find me on X, HouseCore.
HouseCore. All right, man. Hey, thanks for being here.
Thank you for having me, Burke.
And next participant, and we'll keep it going. Thanks, man. Can we get out this way? There we go.
I think I can.
We're doing it live. Hey, Eleanor's here. Come on in. I'll get out. Oh, I hit my head on this. We're live. Chat. All right. Eleanor, welcome.
Hey, Burke.
Good morning. How's it going?
It's great, yes.
So we're live on the vscode channel, and if folks who maybe don't know you, say a little bit about yourself, what you do.
I'm Eleanor Berger. I'm an AI consultant and advisor, especially around AI engineering, and also an educator. I'm running the Elite AI-assisted coding course and community together with Isaac Fath.
Okay, and where can people find you?
Yeah, just search for Eleanor Berger or for Elite AI-assisted coding.
Okay, and that's where they can find you. Now, Eleanor, it's a good thing you're here, because what we're doing today is we're going to be vibe coding something, and each person gets to build on what the previous person did.
All right.
So Cory decided that we're going to be building a car telemetry simulator. So like a dashboard that has, and I think you can see there, speedometer, RPM, real-time graphs, but we have a Next.js web project, and that's as far as we've gotten. The agent has written 0 code so far. So how would you get started here?
Yeah, what I do in this situation is I'll I'll dictate. You can use like the microphone and vscode, or if you have like some other app you use for dictating.
Yes.
And I'll just spill it all out. I'll just go kind of stream of consciousness. Here's what I have in mind. There should be a dashboard, and these are the things that will be on it. And I want you to use this technique or this library, whatever, like use ShadCN now because I think it will look nice. And I'll just completely without any filters. And then I'll go and I'll ask GPT-5, turn this into a plan, which it does really well.
Okay. So let's do that. I'll toggle the mic and then I will do that. And you're going to use GPT-5, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So let's go put it in GPT-5 here. And I'm trying to think if it's, because we don't want it to send it, right? We want to say, what if we started and say, would you say make a plan for, or how, like, what would your prompt be?
Yeah, I'd literally tell it, make a plan for creating this feature and save it in like plan.md.
Gotcha. All right. So here we go. Make a plan for it. I'm just going to do and I'll dictate here. Here we go. A car telemetry simulator using Next.js and ShadCN UI for UI components. The dashboard should show.
Oh, no.
No. So the microphone automatic. So we can fix this. Hold on. If we go to settings and then we look for speech.
Yeah, you just disable the automatic sound.
Yeah, exactly. Let's do that. So we have to speech timeout. Let's see if we can find it here.
Or alternatively, you can use your like the computer's dictation facility.
Do you know how to trigger that on Mac?
Yeah, there's like I think also like a microphone kind of thing you press. But yeah, if you just don't do the automatic sound, it'll be okay.
It's, you know what? It's already going here.
All right, that's
We're doing it live.
fate.
Now, you wrote an article while GPT-5 runs through this. You wrote an article about GPT-5 and Claude, and you compared the two shortly after it first came out, and you came to a particular conclusion.
It's really interesting. Yeah, so this ended up being one of the most popular things I ever wrote just because of the timing, because I wrote like the morning after GPT-5 landed in VS Code. And it kind of blew up on the Hacker News and X and all of that. It was very exciting. And it was just trying to do the same thing, a fairly complex task of like porting an app from TypeScript to Rust and doing it with both models. And the interesting, so this was very unscientific kind of vibe check sort of thing. But the interesting thing is now with the passage of time, I realized all of these things that I realized on that morning still kind of hold true. And the main conclusion is, yeah, GPT-5 is amazing at complex analysis, at instruction following. It's just so precise, which is why for me, it's the model I mostly use these days. Whereas Claude is very improvisational, but it has style that kind of out of the box. It does like this really delightful things if it's in design.
With purple gradients, usually.
Yeah. And this still holds true. Like I still feel like if you're vibe coding, if you just want to kind of see where it takes you, Claude is great. But the way I work is mostly by writing very kind of detailed specifications and kind of executing end-to-end. And I really like using GPT-5 for that.
So you're very into this idea of like spec-driven dev, right? Yeah. Like you believe this is the future.
I basically do, yes.
But in that case, are we all going to be writing specs? Like, is that going to be my job?
I don't know. I'm very careful about making predictions in the I do out of AI. But yeah, this is basically what I do now. I don't write almost any code anymore, which is weird because that's what I've done all my life. But I'm getting better at writing specifications. I now use a lot the GitHub coding agent, and I kind of delegate. I'll just write a really strong specification until I have confidence that, like, yeah, if I ship it to the agent and then I go away and do something else, it will actually complete the thing as I requested, and that works really well.
So we have our plan here.
Wow, yes.
Yes. And what would you do? Would you read through this line by line and fully understand everything?
It depends on how kind of the stakes, but in this case, yeah, I'll skim. I'll see if there's anything that looks, really bad, and if not, I'll just say, okay, go ahead and execute the plan. Since in this case, like, I don't think anything terrible will happen if it's not perfect. Let's just tell it. Yeah, go ahead.
No, yeah, nothing bad can happen. The only thing some things jump out to me here that are red flags. I'll tell you what they are.
Yeah.
SQLite and libsql. Just because I don't know if that my machine has everything installed, I don't know what it would take to deploy that, right? Like as a data store, I'm a little nervous about that. This WebSocket primary SSE fallback JSON messages, again, that looks like someplace that we could get hung up just because I don't understand that area very well. The rest of it, though, is pretty, SHADC and UI primitives plus custom telemetry widgets, core data models here.
Yeah, that's good.
This all looks good. Simulation engine outline, tick interval. I mean, there's just so much. Like, it would take us
it'll take forever.
The rest of the live stream. Okay.
Maybe what you should say, because it's nice. It divided it to like different aspects, different steps, and you can tell it, look at this plan and create like a to-do list, break it down to like n different steps.
Okay, so should we do that next year?
Yeah.
So what would you tell it?
Read hash plan.md.
Okay.
Plan for implementing it in 10 steps.
In 10 steps.
And add to the end of the file a clear description of each of the steps.
Okay, so you actually put it in the planning file.
Yeah, why not?
Huh. Well, usually people put it in like a tasks file.
We can do that too, but
No, I love this.
I think
this
once it goes into context, it doesn't actually care if it came from 2 files or 3
No,
files.
yeah, exactly.
Or 1 file.
And the thing that I never know is like, if your stuff is in different files, does it need the plan and the spec and the tasks when you actually go to do the implementation? Like, these are the things I'm not clear on as a developer. I don't know what context it needs. Does it just need the to-do list?
I think, like, if it's lossy, if like there's important information that you're not including because in a file you didn't pull in, it will not have any awareness of it. So I rather err on the side of caution and include more stuff in context.
Yeah.
Obviously, there's at some point it's too much. You have context rot when you add too many things, and
what is context rot for those in chat who don't know?
Yeah. So these models that have amazingly huge context windows.
What is it for GPT-5, by the way? Do you know?
So I think the model itself is 200,000 tokens.
Okay.
And I just had recently that you're now actually enabling this. So it was a bit more limited in Visual Studio Code too.
Correct. We just upped it.
So you just updated it. So it's great. You have this amazing context window, but don't be under the illusion that all context is equal, because as you add more and more stuff into the context, there will be degradation of the ability to pull information out of it.
And is this true for all models, or is it just GPT-5?
All models.
So it's context rot. I was aware of that the longer it gets, the worse it gets at actually following through on those instructions. Okay, so we have here our plan.
That's great.
With tasks.
So, because now we can just tell it, because if we wanted to implement the entire thing, we could be sitting here until tomorrow.
So what would you do? Just do step 1?
Do step 1.
All right. So what is step 1 is UI and design system scaffold, establish consistent styling and component primitives, install and configure SHADC and UI. Okay. So, button, card, tabs, dialog, drop down menu. It's listing out all of the, by the way, are you on the podcast next? Is that what?
Sorry.
What's your schedule? Do you have to go from here to the podcast?
Yeah, it'll be a podcast.
I'm looking. James is at the door. Like,
he's nervous.
Yeah, you got my guest. James.
James.
We're in a soundproof room.
Right. Let's
do
kick
it.
off the first step, and then
let's kick first step off here. Yeah. So, we got a little bit of screen cheese here. It's insiders. All right. So, what would you do?
I would tell it, go ahead and implement step 1 from hash plan.md.
Go ahead.
And I would add and stop after this, because what I noticed, especially if you're working with Claude, but maybe also with other models, sometimes they'll be too eager.
Should we use Claude here?
You can, but
What would you? You get to call. What do you want to use?
yeah, I like, especially when I have such detailed specification, I like using GPT-5. It's really
Let's send
good at
it.
following the
All
instructions.
right. So go ahead and implement step 1 from the plan and stop after this.
Yeah.
Right.
Great.
All right. Let's see what we get here. Now I'm curious because if we go back up here, 1 is vision and goals. So will it implement this, or is it smart enough to do actually step 1, which is way down here? Step. Yeah.
I guess we'll find out in a
See.
moment.
Now, do you feel like James is standing at the door? Do I have your guest?
I got Ken.
Oh, Kent's ready.
Yeah.
We're running a little behind. Hang out. I'll be right with you.
I'll just chill.
All right.
Right.
So we're doing it live. Chat's like, what's going on? It's a well-oiled machine, chat. I promise.
Yes.
All right. So it's creating some files here. You see, Eleanor, we have the thinking now in
Oh,
Insiders.
that's neat.
Yeah.
You can actually look and what's
It's
going
quite
on
interesting
there.
to see the thinking.
I love this.
I'm considering attempting a dev build and checking types. However, since I can't install dependencies physically, maybe just editing the package JSON will work. Running npm install might be tricky if the environment. It's like thinking about. It doesn't know
How
what
we're going to
environment
do
it has.
Yes. How to discover where it is.
That's
But
really interesting. I'm thinking about modifying the existing page.
Oh, because you already have. So it said first step is scaffolding, but you already have a.
Well, yes, we have an
scaffolding.
empty. So Cory generated an empty Next.js
Yeah.
project. So it knows about that.
And yeah, and looks like, to your question, it did identify what does it mean to do step 1. So it's kind of doing what we asked.
Correct. And now it wants to modify the package JSON. So I'm going to say always allow. And then, so look what we got here. Looks like it's pulling in Shadcn UI components, which is built on Radix, I believe is correct there. Chat can clarify if that's true or not. Chat will know. Looks like Lucid React, some animate for Tailwind merge. I don't even know what that class variance authority. I have no idea what that is. Not the first clue.
Yes, that's always the risk, right? Like these models, especially the latest ones like GPT-5, they have so much baked in, and that's a blessing and a curse, because if you underspecify, if you didn't send, these are the exact models I want you to use, it will invent something, and then often it's really good, and sometimes it's not exactly.
It's not
what you
great.
want.
Yes. Now, I have heard, and I think we talked about this, that and you alluded to this, that Claude, that people really like Claude, but Claude is a little too creative in the sense that it will just imagine features and problems that don't exist and then write code for those,
Yes.
but they're not actually there. You didn't actually ask for any of that, but you feel like GPT-5 doesn't do that. It's better about.
Yeah, GPT-5 is really good at following instructions, but then it's on you to give these instructions. It's not going to do anything you didn't ask for, which is great usually, but if you get used to working with Claude and sometimes it will sort of invent things for itself to do and you like that behavior, maybe you're going to miss it with GPT-5.
Right. Interesting, because I feel like GPT-5 kind of got a bit of a bad rap when it first came out. Yes? Do you
I don't
agree?
know why. I think it's a great model. It's basically, I moved almost all of my work to GPT-5. It's a real advancement over what we had before. I think it's just, you need to get used to these things. You know, you look at the benchmarks and all kind of published information. This is all very nice, but there's no substitute to getting a feel for how these models work. And after a while, you understand what they're good for and what to expect.
So it's interesting. It looks like it's done, but then of course none of this is going to work because it needs to install dependencies. And Insiders has a bit of a chat glitch. I can say. It's going to go on. So let's open this up here and let's just do an npm install. So that's going to take all of our packages, which hopefully should resolve all of our errors here. And we'll see if we can actually get this to run.
But it's interesting. If the agent would not invoke npm install,
It just didn't. And in fact, what is this? Radix not found React sheet. Interesting.
Okay,
So
we
what do we do?
just
We paste it back in?
error,
All right.
put it in the chat.
Let's do that.
But in
Yes.
hindsight, maybe what we should have done is told it in the chat, go ahead and install, because when you do that, it will look at the terminal output
And then
save
automatically,
and you'll kind
yes,
of realize
yes.
that it got something wrong there.
I'm also noticing that types for many things are wrong. So it's going to fix this. Let's look. Wow, this string bug is really bad. I'm thinking. Interesting. Editing page layout and checking paths. I'm going to replace. I think it's just using components that are like out of date. And I feel like this is maybe where we could have said use context 7 to make sure you're using the right components.
To pull in like the up-to-date information.
Right. What is context 7 for people who?
Context 7 is great, actually. They just have this MCP server, which will go and get documentation for many of the, I don't know, like how many thousands of the most popular libraries and frameworks. And it sort of delivers it to the LLM in a format that's very LLM friendly and quite compact. So it's just great to just kind of throw it in, always have it available, and making sure that when you are referring to some library and you didn't specify like the exact version and what is exactly the calling convention, it will go and retrieve it.
Yes, and context 7 is one of the few. So it's actually, if we come to my MCP servers here, you scroll down, you can see it's right here. Mm-hmm. And one of the things I like about it, it's only got 2 tools.
Yeah.
So it doesn't contribute, it doesn't take up any. So I leave it enabled all the time.
Yeah.
But I noticed that models aren't great at calling it if you're not specific and say, use context 7 to read the docs. Like they don't figure that out. Even Claude doesn't do this.
That's the sort of thing I have. So I have, when it comes to custom instructions, I have user level custom instructions and then sometimes project level. And in my kind of default user level instruction, it always says like, never do anything without first searching and using context 7 or LLM.
Should we add that? We should add that to our project maybe here.
Yeah.
So let's do a new, so what would you do? A new instruction file?
You can do agents.md now or
oh, that's right. We can do. So let's do a new instructions file. Actually, let's try agents.md. Where do we need to put it? Do we know?
Just top level of the repo.
We just put it anywhere, right?
Yeah.
So we just put it here. Let's go. Agents.md. Does it need to be agents.md? Like I noticed it's always capitalized.
Yeah, it has to be called exactly like that.
It has to be capitalized.
Yeah.
And lowercase md, is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay. And then what would you do here?
Yeah, something like, for example, always search for up-to-date information about libraries, frameworks, and tools. You can use the fetch tool, you can use context 7, and so on.
So you can use, do we want it to use the fetch tool? How would you would phrase it, you can use the fetch tool or context 7?
And that's more or less what I do, yes.
And I always put a hash in front of these. I don't know why. I feel like it knows that these are tools if I put hashes in front.
I don't know if it's true, but the thing is, these models, they're so good at understanding your meaning. So you could probably put like another character there, and it
something else. Yeah, I just feel
yeah.
like I need some character to point out to the model, like, oh, this is
like a tool.
This is a tool. It's not
Yeah.
a word. Yeah.
Often I do like backticks and I quote it, but I think this is more helpful to me than it is for the model.
Yes, that is true. Yes. Interesting. It's so funny because like it's impossible to measure these things. Like you're like, I feel like it works better, but I don't know. There's no benchmark to say whether or not it does.
It is possible actually if you really wanted to like run the exact same task with different instructions and measure how well it completed. But you don't have to. You get a feel for these things.
All right, so now it is trying to run npm install. We'll enable auto approve here. So you can see here, we've added a lot of constraints to try to keep you safe, Chad. We had a mode, Eleanor, for a long time, auto approve, where it would just run anything. but we don't do that anymore. Now you can turn on auto approve, but you still have to configure essentially an allow listed items. So we're going to allow npm install, and then it should just go ahead and do npm install. But it won't just run because before it was like once you said auto approve, it would just run any terminal command.
Yeah.
And now you have to specify which ones are okay. We got their npm install okay, which is good. Hopefully we can get something that people can see. It's be really interesting. All right, man, this is look at this.
It's really nice that the thinking gets added now. I really like looking at it sometimes because it gives you a good mental model of what is the model working through. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it landing in main.
So now it's fixing. It's going to have to fix this error. Let's see if it got it. It got it. Okay. You feel like GPT-5 is pretty good at fixing its own mistakes, and
yeah.
I feel like it's something Claude's quite good at as well. All right, so it's okay. It's done. So let's go ahead. Let's keep all of our files here, and then I'm going to start a new chat because it's such a mess. Now, I guess we can try to run this thing. So if we do npm run dev, this should give us a dev instance.
It's doing something.
And then let's try to open it here and see.
Wow.
Whoa.
Okay. Yeah. Cool.
Now, this isn't a car dashboard, but this is from your plan, right? The initial plan was to build a scaffolding. And look what it did. It gave us like example Shatsian UI components. So we have overview and details. This works. Primary, secondary, outline, and ghost. Let's feature in a toggle here. We have progress bars. We have a dialogue. And we have scroll and skeletons. And a status. And is this a light mode, dark mode? Look at that.
Nice.
That's so cool. James is again. Can I have 5 minutes, James? No? Yes? Give me 5 minutes. Sorry, we're running way behind here. Am I messing up the schedule?
Oh, it's completely blown. It's completely blown. Yeah.
Dude, we're making a dashboard. Eleanor is walking us through Spectre of Death. We do have an issue here. I wonder what it is.
I'm going to try to do.
Oh, it's a dialogue issue. It needs a dialogue title for accessible for screen reader users. If you want to hide the dialogue title, you can wrap it. Tell you what, let's get this taken care of right now. And this is actually where I would switch to. So what is this? This is where I would switch to 4.1. This is what I would do to solve this error because it's very specific.
Yeah.
It tells you exactly what file to go to, and 4.1 is super
like
fast, right?
Yeah.
So I would just let it go. Let's see if it'll fix it here. Or is it going to tell us if you want it hidden? Would you like to be visible or hidden?
I don't know. It's
Let's just
visible.
say visible. Would you say invisible? Visible or hidden? Yeah, I said visible. Okay, so we just got to fix this. All right, so Eleanor, you got us going here. So for the next guest that comes in, what should they do next? Would continue on with your plan? Like, how do we? I feel like you got us set up here for success.
Yeah, maybe what I would do then. So like, Candid, wherever else comes, I'll tell them like, look, there's a plan. Take a look at the plan. What do you think? Shall we go on with that, or do you want to make some adjustments?
So ask the model.
Ask the model and ask the human.
This has been excellent. If chat wants to find you, chat. If you want to find Eleanor, I know we talked about this at the beginning, but just remind people because you're a great person to follow, especially if you're into Spectre and Dev and you're into background agents because you've been doing. Just remind folks where they can find you.
Sure, find me on X or on any of the many websites. Look for Eleanor Berger or look for Elite AI Assisted Coding, and follow and let's talk.
Let's do it. All right, chat. We're gonna bring in the next guest. We'll keep this rolling. Eleanor, we'll go ahead and get you onto your podcast. Whatever you're doing next. Yes, thank you very much. That was great. You got us moving. Thank you. All right, who's next? Who's next?
Thank you.
Hey, what's going on? How you doing? Yeah, we're doing it live on stream.
Yeah, what is up, friends? I was told that we're supposed to change the microphone.
We are? What's wrong?
No,
No?
Oh,
Yeah, no, you're good.
producer
Okay.
says we're okay.
We're all good.
Good. Well,
I haven't, I need to go over and check the chat here because I actually have not checked. So can you pull my producer? Can you pull me off the screen? Just double checking here. Yeah, we're off the screen. Good. What extension are you guys using in VS Code? GitHub Copilot? The Copilot extension?
I
think
guess so.
Yeah. Let me just see here. Oh, Oren is here. What's up, Oren? Context 7 with the new scaffold tool is amazing. Yeah, if you don't, so chat, Oren's talking about there's a new, in Visual Studio Code Insiders, you can do a new project and we'll use Context 7 to scaffold. And that is a great segue. Kent C. Dodds. Who are you? What are you doing here?
My name is Kent C. Dodds, and I teach people how to make quality software. Right now, that interest has gotten me into MCP.
Sorry, we're
Yeah,
doing
that's
audio
Just
here.
real quick.
I don't know how does one
Yeah, how do you
tweak
find
audio
the,
on a Mac?
Audio on a Mac.
Sound, just
Settings.
command space sound.
Or is there a way to turn your
Command
Mac
space
audio
sound.
off? Yeah. I'm wondering if it's open. There we go. Can we turn this over?
The alert volume.
Oh, that's the alert volume.
So for those watching while you're waiting,
Thank you.
I'm doing a
Continue.
cohort
Microphone.
next week about MCP. So if you want to learn all things MCP, then join me for the cohort. It's going to be awesome. We're going to go for 2 weeks talking all things MCP.
Awesome. Why are we getting a little bit of?
We're getting a little bit of room in here, but everybody can hear you guys just fine. It's just a little room tone going on.
Oh,
So yours
gotcha.
might have
Okay.
been letting in a little bit. So I think we should be good now.
Okay.
All right.
Yell in the chat. if
Give
it's
us
not good.
lots of thumbs up if it's good.
Yeah, let us know. Now, Kent, what we're doing here today is we're building an application, and each person gets to build on the work that the previous person did.
Oh, okay.
Yes. So you have no clue. Nobody has been given any prior
Yeah,
information.
Yeah, this sounds awesome.
So let me bring you up to speed. So Cory decided that we were going to build a car telemetry simulator.
Okay.
So that's like, RPM, fuel, et cetera, et cetera. And then he decided we were going to use Next.js for the stack.
Okay.
Eleanor did the plan. So she came up with a plan and she had it implement the first part of this plan. And so what we have here is essentially this
Can I
right
see
here.
what you're looking
Yeah,
at?
it'll come up. It should come up on your screen there.
Oh, there we
Producer,
are.
put it-
Yeah.
There we go. So this is essentially what we've got right now, which is, as you can see, it's a very simple, it's just components in a simple dashboard. So one of the things that we talked about right at the very end was Context 7. And I feel like this is a good segue because we released something this week in terms of like Context 7 and MCP. And all
Yeah,
that.
yeah. GitHub's got the MCP registry. So
Yeah,
this
that's
is
right.
exciting. So you can one-click install. Also in Insiders, I saw there's even a tab like right next to extensions for like searching
Searching the
through-
registry, yeah.
Searching the registry.
Let's see if we can do that. I was actually getting a 404 on this morning.
Oh, let's hope. Let's
yeah,
hope
let's
it's
see.
working.
So with Context 7 is installed. So what,
Of course
what
it
should
is,
we do?
yeah.
We should be able to do like MCP here, and then what would you search? See, yeah, I'm getting a
Yeah,
bit of a
404.
a 404.
Yeah, I mean, it's early in this project, but I'd throw Sentry's MCP server in there too. It's
Okay, really good.
fabulous. Yeah,
Okay.
it's
And
really
for
good.
those who don't know, what is Sentry? What's
Sentry
that
is
for?
bug tracking and monitoring, like they just added logs. In fact, if you're building an MCP server, you can add observability to that as well, and you see what tools are being called and stuff. Yeah, Sentry is fabulous.
Okay,
Super
I have to
cool.
check. Let's
And then
check
you
out- shout out to Sentry.
you bring it in as an MCP server, and now you can just say to your agent, like, what's my highest priority issue? Go and fix that. And it can get all of the context it needs, like stack traces, spans, all of that, and know exactly what it's supposed to do. It's really, really good.
Ken, are you an investor in Sentry?
I am not an investor in Sentry. I should be. Man, this is not financial advice.
Yeah,
But
missed opportunity.
yeah, geez. No,
All right.
I'm an investor in their team, just emotionally invested because I think they're awesome.
Yeah, I should take this time to sort of shout out David
Kramer, yeah.
Kramer, if you're watching.
Dude, love you,
I'm sure-
Kramer.
yeah, he's probably busy, but he was. So we have agents in D here now, And this actually goes back to a post that Kramer opened on the vscode repo that was like, hey, y'all, instruction files are a little out of control here. Like they're different everywhere I go. We've got to have some sort of standard. And that was back in May, I think. And so, now we've shipped the agents MD and Copilot and coding agents. So
that is cool. Yeah. I'm a fan of agents MD. That said, I think that we shouldn't have to do that and make the computer do it.
What do you mean?
Oh, there's a button in VS Code somewhere to like generate the instructions.
Yeah,
right?
it's right. It's right here. Generate instructions.
Yeah. So like,
you want to run that?
if you I guess.
What model?
I see. That's the other thing. I don't think you should have to choose the model.
Wait. Okay, look.
Give me
Go
auto.
Right
That's
there.
what
it
I'm
is.
talking about.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right. Generate instructions.
So now whether there's a difference between I don't think you should have to and you actually do have to because auto mode, like maybe the auto mode chooses the wrong model, but I think that like the future doesn't require me to do much of anything as far as like if the computer can do it, just make the computer do it. So the fact that it's generating these instructions is just so that it is better next time you want to use AI. But why do I need to see that in my repo? Like, just make the instructions good, and that can be a competitive advantage for you on like how good you are at analyzing a repo, keeping that analyzation up to date. And I shouldn't have to see it or touch it or anything.
Interesting. I agree with you. I do feel like we are really foisting a lot of like the tedious knowledge onto devs at the moment, and we're basically telling people like if it isn't working for you, it's not the fault of the technology, it's because you don't know how to use it. And then they're like, well, how do I use it? And we're like, well, you need to figure that out.
It's
like
that's wrong.
That's like a strange like reverse.
The problem is that
trap.
like the technology just isn't good enough yet, right? And so like we use these band-aids to say you have to do this. This goes back to when we first got ChatGPT. Well, even before we got ChatGPT, you have an LLM. Well, how do I use it? Well, you have to like set up this cluster, and then you go through some CLI that you make yourself, and then we eventually layer on like improved experience. Okay, now we've got a host app, we got ChatGPT. Okay, but how do I get it to actually know stuff about my organization? Well, you got to copy that and paste it into your prompt. Okay, well now we'll add, and we'll just keep on layering things on. And now with MCP, we can actually make it do stuff. And so I'm annoyed that we currently do have to have an agents MD or the instructions or choose our model. But I think that is going to go away.
There's solvable problems.
Yeah, solvable problems. Yeah, exactly. And so that's what I'm always looking at when there's a new technology. Okay, let's look at the foundation. What problems exist that are impossible to solve? And if they're significant enough, then I don't bother looking at the technology. But this is clearly one area that these problems will be solved. And like there's sufficient competition, sufficient value to push making this better. So
I agree. So now, Kent, if we're moving on here, we can go to, so here, let me show you what Eleanor has left you with here. So she generated a plan, and there's a lot here. So we'll just kind of scroll through quickly. Vision and goals, high level architecture. I know you want to read all of this.
Yeah.
Right. This is what
honestly,
you would do in your own life.
In my own life, I generate a plan like this. I give it like a quick look, and then I just say, go build this.
Right. So interestingly, what she did was she generated the plan, and then she said, break it down into 10 steps. I want you to implement this plan in 10 steps and put those 10 steps at the bottom of the plan document, which we did. So now, whenever we reference this file, it has the plan and the steps, and we did step 1. So you have the option to just continue on to step 2 here, but it's your world. We can do whatever you want to do.
Like you said, this is a next app, and my first thought was, all right, mine is to migrate it to React Router.
Really? That's how you want to spend your 30 minutes to migrate this
No, see, I would, except I think you probably want to have something to show when you're all done and not get distracted.
But again, man, come on, you can throw this.
No, we're not going to do that. I actually am not confident that the model would do very well with that.
Oh man, that's just, I mean, because all the scaffolding, it's a Next.js scaffold.
Yeah.
it would just completely.
It would
gut
just be, it would be better. Like, so the model would probably think, okay, I'll just change the existing files and it would leave stuff and it would be bad. What would be better is to generate a new project and then say, referencing that, re-implement it here.
Over here. Is
And
that what you want to do?
I mean, like if you want to, but no, it's
what
fine.
What does Ken want to do?
Here's the other thing that we can, like, I don't do next, but we can use the agent to do it, and
yeah,
it should
doesn't
work
matter.
just fine. It doesn't matter if I
Right.
use next. Like
Yeah.
this could be Svelte or Vue or anything else. So yeah, let's just continue on to step 2.
All right. So let's say, how would you do this?
I would say, please implement step 2. That's
Okay, please
literally-
implement step 2. And then what model do you want here? Should we stay with auto or
I would, leave it on auto, see what it does.
now? But the way auto currently works is that it's capacity based, and so in other words, we're not routing based on what model is
Capability.
best for your prompt. We
Oh.
will.
But right now, it's
The
what
first
saves you the
iteration
most
is-
money.
Well, the first iteration is what keeps things fast for everyone, right?
Okay. Yeah, let's throw. Honestly, I'm on auto mode almost all the time, so I'm not as familiar with what model is better for what, but it seems to me like that GPT would be good.
Okay.
You'll also want to make sure you add the plan MD because that's I think you just click on that.
Could
there
have
you go.
done that as well. All right, so we go to auto. Let's go to, what do you want to do? 5 mini.
Oh, you know
Five.
what? Let's try Grok Code Fast. I heard that's really good.
We're about to find out.
I don't know. Like maybe it's not good, but I've heard at least that it's really fast. So
All right.
we'll very quickly find out if it's bad.
So let's send it. Now we did talk about since you are the MCP guy. Can we call you that?
Sure.
Yeah.
Kent
And you did-
MCP Dodds.
It's true. I mean, the C's already there.
Kent Context Dodds.
But you did a little bit of a plug at the start.
Yeah.
You a plug again?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
So the cohort is a 2-week
What's a cohort?
series. It's basically I've typically had 2 ways to teach. I'll do a live workshop. You have to be there. It's remote or whatever, but you have to be there at the time. And then I'll record me presenting that and then make that available as a self-paced thing. Cohort is kind of between those, where you still get the accountability of actually like working through stuff with other people, but and like the materials are released day by day rather than all at once. But like you still can fit it into your schedule. So if you can't be there at that time, you can do it at a different time. It can work better with time zones as well.
It's like an online course. Almost.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
basically an online course, but like I'm the instructor still. There's office hours and there's a Discord that like you've got hundreds of other people who are all going through the same stuff. So you can chat up and I'll answer questions. I'll be in there a lot too. So whereas with my like typical self-paced course, you're just kind of alone by yourself. And there are other people who are also working on it, but they started like 2 months ago or something. So they're not actively working on it.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. Now, what do we get? Whoa. Run a ZHS. What is it doing here? Node.
It's
What
probably
is
doing a
it?
test.
What is this though? It's trying to run inline code.
It's doing require statements where
It's a bunch of
Boo.
console logs and then all tests passed. That's
it's
really
trying
weird.
to like it's just trying to verify the code that it wrote.
What are you gonna do?
actually
You're gonna
works.
allow or
Yeah,
skip?
sure.
Just
Allow
allow?
that. Yeah.
Always allow?
Oh no. I'm
Just,
not.
just allow. once.
Just
Allow
allow it.
once.
It's and
See, look,
that's
I
what
mean,
I
it's
expected
just-
because it had the
yeah.
require statement. So it's going to do it again with an import, I think.
Well, this time it looks like it created a.
Yeah, I created a
File
file. Now we're going to
here.
run that.
Now it wants to remove it.
Yeah. Okay.
So it created it, ran it, and now it's going to remove
yeah.
it.
Now it's going to remove it. Yeah. So it's just a test to make sure that
Okay.
what it did worked.
All right. So we're done here. That was fast.
Yeah, it is pretty quick. I mean, yeah.
I mean, quite a bit faster than GPT-5, which we've got this weird insider's bug here.
Yeah.
So we have thinking tokens now, and they're I can see them.
That's interesting.
All right, I've successfully implemented step 2. So we now have a vehicle metadata. We have a telemetry sample, real-time telemetry data, alert information, track session with timing, type safety features,
Mhm.
validation
Type guards,
testing.
nice. You know what? I would have told it to use Zod. So
Yeah,
then
that's
you get
interesting.
you get the types and you get runtime safety. Here, just toss this in there.
Yeah.
Could you update this to use Zod?
Um, Could you? I can't type. Could
It'll
you
probably
please
figure it out.
update to use?
Isn't
I
there voice
know.
mode?
There is, but for some reason, I can't find the setting. There's a setting to stop the voice mode from just automatically submitting when you stop talking.
Oh,
But I can't
yeah,
find it.
yeah, I would not
Chat,
like that.
what's the setting?
Yeah,
Yeah. All right, so it's going to install Zod.
maybe we should have it update the plan too, so that like your next person, like
That it knows if it's using
the agent
Zod.
knows that it's using Zod. Yeah,
We can put that in agents.md.
yeah,
all right.
yeah. Use Zod for type
Let's do
safety
that.
and runtime safety. Yeah,
Use Zod, all caps.
yeah. Or you will be fired.
Yeah, right. We'll threaten it.
Uh,
Type safety. There was a really good article about how that doesn't
doesn't
work.
work.
At all. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
Which I'm like really glad of that. I don't like threatening even AI. I just feel like
so we can
that
be
does
nice
something to
it.
me, right? Like
We-
it doesn't do anything to the AI, but it does
makes you
something
feel,
to me.
right?
Yeah.
Because no, you don't want to communicate to people
No.
like that. No.
No.
So
I
you could
say please. I know it's a waste of tokens. I still say please.
Yeah. Well, you know, somebody said like in the future when they become self-aware, you don't want them to be like, hey,
You were a jerk.
yeah, remember that time you said all those nasty words to me when
Yeah,
I was struggling?
They're coming for Joel Hooks first. You gotta see that guy's interactions.
Is it really
Oh,
bad?
he is, and
It's
like
super salty.
I think it's fun for him. But he enjoys getting the LLM to swear back.
If you do this, you will make me very happy,
There we go.
and
Yeah.
there will be a world peace.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Okay. That's a little bit of pressure, but yeah.
We're going big.
Let's
Yeah.
do it.
All right. So okay, so it got it. What is this?
Yeah, we
It
got
doesn't look good.
enums. No, we got Zod enums.
Some errors here. Found 40 errors.
Oh, that's in Zod.
That's in Zod. That's really weird. Did it? What do you think happened here?
So I'm not sure. My guess is that the model is trained on Zod 3, and we installed Zod 4.
Oh, it's trying to build here. Maybe we just need to let it finish and.
Yeah, see what it does. But what we could do if this doesn't work just out of the gate, let's just downgrade to Zod 3, and then the model will understand what to do. And
Yeah, let's see what it got here.
I should tell you, I'm really, really bad at like hackathons and like building things fast because I'm always distracted by making the code base maintainable.
Yeah.
Like, here, let's add a test harness for this thing that we're going to throw away in an hour. And
Well, it's like you want to do something right. It's
Yeah.
like, what's a good analogy here? It's like if I'm going to do it,
yeah,
I don't want to just.
there's a old quote, what ere thou art, act well thy part. That was like put on
Like,
above
that's gotta be
a church.
Shakespeare.
Yeah, no, it was like an architect put it on above a church or something way back in the like long time ago. But yeah, I subscribe to that. If you're going to do it well.
Right. Yeah. Agreed. Great life advice. Follow Kent for.
It looks like it built.
All right. So maybe
so-
we should just go check out.
Yeah, let's at least run it.
I think- is
they're
it
telling us
running?
that we got to go.
Well,
gotta-
I don't let those people boss me around. You got like 10 more minutes in here.
Heck
They're just gonna
yeah!
have to
All
wait.
right.
We started late. It's not our fault. Oh, okay. So a UI scaffold. Interesting.
So that it looks like the styles just
Everything is
aren't
just
applied.
completely broken.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I'm gonna blame this one on Next.js.
Oh, look, we have an error. What happened?
When you refresh, so when you interact, it gives us an error, or
I mean, just nothing works. So what would you now? What do you do?
so you actually, we don't have time to do this, but if we set up Sentry in this project, then they have, I've not tried this before. I've seen demos. It's way cool, but they have something, I forget what it's called, that like runs locally on your machine and can track the errors that happen in your console, like in your running app. And then the MCP server can bring those in. And so basically your LLM knows what errors you're experiencing as you're running the app locally.
Huh? Interesting.
And then you just say, fix the problems, and it goes and looks
I wish
those
we
up.
could go install the Sentry MCP server. I mean, we can,
So,
right? Why not? Sentry.
Yeah, they've got a
Sentry
wizard that makes it really
MCP.
easy to get it running. So yeah, I'm not sure.
We're not using the registry. So we just-
Yeah, we should. Oh, that's right, because you can't.
Yeah, because it's giving me a
Rats.
404. No.
No, but
Maybe try one more
it
time.
is one
Let's
of
see
the
here.
one of
Yeah.
the servers in the marketplace.
No.
Rats.
All right, they must be experiencing some downtime. Sentry MCP server.
Yeah. Oh, you're gonna need an account.
Oh, I don't have one of those.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. This is too much. This is too much. It's fine. Okay. So what did we do back in the old days?
I can tell you what I would do.
Oh, let's hear it. What would you do?
Do this right here.
Do it manually.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now we're
I
talking.
mean, like, just what are we missing?
Yeah. It's just the CSS is not loading and the JavaScript. You're just getting the server rendered stuff. So
okay. So
I would maybe restart the server, just see if that fixes
oh,
it.
that's a great idea. I didn't even think about that. So let's go back. You're probably right about that. Things got moved around. It just used
Yeah.
to be.
Just shake it a little bit. There we go.
Hey,
Beautiful.
it could call, man.
It still works.
Yeah, it's okay. But what did we do exactly?
What we did should actually not show up in this at all, because it was all just type declarations and Zod types, runtime safety.
Core types
stuff.
and contracts.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you can't really tell whether it actually worked.
Now
We could tell it to write a test for the stuff that it did. You scroll up a bit to see what those contracts are all about. Sorry, no, on the plan.
Oh, sorry. Here we go. This is so distracting here. Let's
Yeah.
get to it. Well, sorry. So step 2. So core types and contracts.
Whoa.
Core. Yeah, there's a lot. Let's see here. Step 2. I'd have to scroll all the way up, or you just want to see this?
No,
right
this is
here?
good.
Okay.
Okay. Typed interfaces, minimal tests. Oh, it did. So I guess it did make tests. I guess we could look at the git diff. Are you committing as you go?
Mm-mm.
Burke.
Shouldn't. This is y'all's show.
Okay. Pull up. Do Control Shift G. To pull up the git.
I can't because that's it's taken over by
Something else. Yeah,
yeah.
just pull up the git thing because
Okay.
yeah, there you go. And then where's the magical, like write my put the stars, write
You
my
want-
commit
you wanna
message.
stage it?
Yeah, sure, stage them all.
All right.
And then
At this point, should we just do like initial commit because it's so?
I
what do you
always
do?
like to see what the AI is
Okay,
going to do,
let's see.
just for the fun. There we go. All right.
Add
Okay.
telemetry types and validation schemas using Zod.
That looks great.
All right, let's commit.
Should we publish?
Yeah, why not?
Let's publish.
Let's go to a public GitHub repository.
Uploading
Anastasia's
files.
It's like, hey, yo, I got places to be.
She's like, my airplane leaves in 20 minutes.
All right, and now I got to do this live stream. Shall we move? I mean, this might be a good stopping point. What do you want to do?
Yeah, sure.
You want to move on? Or you want to keep going? What do you wanna do?
I just want to say that I think you're a beautiful person.
Oh, thanks, man. That's the nicest thing you've ever said. That might be the nicest thing anyone's ever said to me.
Oh, I hope not. I hope that people say nicer things.
Well, thanks for being here. Let me see if chat has, before you leave, let's just see if chat's
let's do a
got
Q&A.
any comments here. If you got questions for Kent C. Dodds, get them in here. Just looking through. Hey, Kent,
Hey,
for your course, would we all be building the same similar thing, or is this a bring your own idea?
this is so. It's very difficult for you to validate that what you're doing is correct if everybody does their own thing. So we are building the same thing. That said, the way that it's structured, you should be able to, if you have extra time, build your own thing alongside as you go through it, which would be a really great way to learn.
I agree. What is Kent's last name?
Dodds.
Okay, it's not
D-O-D-D-S.
C. Dodds.
No.
If I say Kent Dodds, is that as accurate, or do you prefer the C is important?
If we're not in church, then I would feel a little weird. But like all of my like church going friends just call me Kent Dodds, and I get used to that.
Awesome. Where exactly can I find info about? Oh, I'm sorry, producer, put that back up.
Yeah, right there.
EpicAI.pro.
Yeah,
All right,
that's
man.
it. And the discount period just ended last night, so sorry about that. But
but
yeah,
you can't give Chad a special coupon code.
I can't.
I don't know. I'm sorry.
I technically could.
I'm kidding.
Yeah, just trying to figure out how I can make that work.
I'm
Email.
sorry.
I'll tell you what. Email me and say you were watching the live stream. I'll give you a discount code.
There you go. All right, Kent, you're out.
Okay.
Station's in.
Thank you so much.
Katie's like,
This is
please.
great.
All right, come on. All right, chat.
Hey,
Appreciate it,
brother.
dude. Thanks for being here. All right, man. Safe travels. See ya. See ya. Hey,
Hi.
Anastasia Khomochkina, you're on the far side
Thank you.
there. And we are live, so chat is here. What's up, chat? Just take the Burke's mic away; it will sound the same. It's not. There's. Is it really? Is it that bad? Is my mic that bad, y'all? It didn't get any better.
Is it the mic or is it you?
It could be.
Yeah.
Maybe it's just
ask
my.
him.
Is it just my voice?
I don't know.
Oh,
Still better than mine.
so sad. Should I follow Joel Hooks? Yeah, Joel's a great guy. Anastasia, welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Tell the chat about who you are and what do you do? Do you work here at Microsoft? Like what's going on?
Oh my God, I just do shenanigans. No, so I'm from Canada and I don't work for Microsoft. I actually work for a small Canadian tech company. I'm a software engineer, but I am also a content creator.
On which platform?
So my biggest platform is Instagram, but I also do TikTok and YouTube. And I think LinkedIn.
LinkedIn? Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. And well, who are you on YouTube?
Same handle. Diaries of a Code Girl.
Diaries of a Code Girl.
Yeah.
Okay. Should we check that? Should we jump over to your YouTube channel and check it out real quick?
Sure.
All right, let's see.
I only post shorts. So.
Oh, it's only short. So Diary of a Code Girl.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Diaries of a Code Girl. Yeah.
Diaries of a Code Girl?
Diaries. Yeah.
Diaries. Multiple. No. What am I doing wrong?
I don't know.
Producer, can you throw it up? Can you throw up my screen here? There we go. It's coming. Wait on it. There we go. Did I get it wrong? I got it wrong.
No, that seems right. I have no idea what's going on. Maybe just.
Do you need the @ sign here to like? Is this?
Oh yes, maybe.
There we go. So this
Here
is
I
you.
am.
Hey,
Please,
all
come
right.
on.
Tech programming, career tips, and shenanigans.
A lot of shenanigans.
So what do we have? Junior dev versus senior dev. Which one are you?
I'm currently in the middle, I'd say.
Okay.
I'm not junior anymore, but I'm also not senior. I'm kind of in between.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like I'm junior dev for life. I have a friend named Amy who calls herself junior dev for life.
Well, you have to be junior dev for life. That way, you know that you have to improve and learn and better yourself.
One of the things that I realized as I get older, and I've been doing this longer, is that when I was young, was first getting into programming, I'd get into these discussions with people at work and I wouldn't know the answer. And I would be very afraid to admit that I didn't know what something was. For instance, like somebody would mention a concept like, I don't know, say it was like WebSockets, right? And I would think, I've heard that word, but I don't know anything about it. But I would be afraid to just say, I don't know what WebSockets is. And now, I'm old now, so I just don't care anymore. I just tell people. And I don't care if they think that there's something wrong with me.
I never cared because if I don't know something, I'm not going to pretend that I do. Like, if you think I'm stupid for asking a question, sure, that's fine with me.
Yeah.
Just keep your opinion to yourself, just explain me, and then we can just move on. That's it.
But, I mean, you have a lot more confidence than I did when I was first
I have a lot
into
less care of
that's
somebody's opinion. That's what it is.
That's probably a great way just to be in general.
That's why I'm a content creator. I don't care what people say.
In the comments?
Yeah.
Yeah. I've gotten some before. Chat, you've been kind of mean to me in comments. I'm going to be honest. Not this chat. They would never do that.
No?
No.
Are you sure?
No.
I don't
this
know.
is the
Let's see.
nicest chat on the planet. All right. So here's what we're doing. Producer, bring back my screen here, if you would. We are building a car dashboard simulator.
Wow. Okay.
Okay. So what happened is Cory decided we're going to use Next.js. You familiar?
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
Okay. And then Eleanor put together like the plans. We have a plan here. This is her plan. We did steps 1 and 2. And then Kent went ahead and did step 2, and we looked at some MCP stuff. So the question is now, like, what do you want to do? Do you want to do step 3? Let me show you what we have so far as well. You probably care about
I mean,
that.
is it the next step?
So this is what we have. It's basically like a dashboard that doesn't do, it's just like a placeholder. Yeah.
Okay.
Next step is step 3.
I don't like the style of it. I'm not
Okay.
gonna lie.
Okay.
It's kind of,
You want to update this down now, or do you want to move on to step 3?
I don't know. So the step 3 is server simulation engine. I mean, let's do it.
Generate deterministic telemetry for a single vehicle at 100 to 200 millisecond cadence. Implement. I don't even know what that means.
I don't know what cadence means.
I know what cadence is, just like the interval, but I don't know what. I know what deterministic means,
But see, I didn't know and I wasn't afraid to ask.
but I don't know what What does deterministic mean in this context?
On point, maybe? Like it's,
Like, I thought deterministic just means it's predictable. You know what's going to happen, whereas AI is non-deterministic.
that's not how I see it.
Okay.
I wouldn't say that it's predictable. I would say it's, yeah, maybe you could say it's like it's, I can
Yeah, I don't
properly
know
explain
either.
myself,
Yeah.
to be honest. Yeah.
Let's just do it. Okay, so you want to implement step 3. What prompt do you want me to use here?
Oh my God, I'm like so terrible at prompts, to be honest.
Oh, we all are. No one knows what they're doing.
Do you
It's
know what
okay.
I actually do?
What?
I ask one AI about a prompt and then I copy paste it to a different AI.
Meta prompt. That's a thing. I think it's called meta prompting. I think, because I do that too. Yeah. So what would you do here?
I would actually just copy step 3 and be like, that's what I have. That's my next step.
So you would just copy all.
I would
So what we could do though is we could just add the whole file.
Or add the file, yeah.
So add the file and then say what?
Like, so I usually like to start generic, be like, that's what I have right now. Could you explain to me what's happening? And then maybe provide me with steps of how to implement next step.
Okay. So explain. So you do what? Explain what's happening currently.
What's currently happening in this project?
Okay. Explain what we currently have. What's currently happening in this project. And then what the next steps are.
I would also put like in simple terms.
In simple terms, and
explain me the next step. Here, what I have, like that's the draft that I have. So step 3, it's kind of like a draft that you have, but I need it to be more detailed.
Okay. All right. So explain the next step. So which model do you want to use?
I don't know what you guys been using.
So GPT-5, mostly GPT-5, and then we use Grok Code Fast 1 recently to do the step 2, and it worked pretty well, and it was very fast.
I personally always use GPT-5,
Okay.
but wait.
Yeah.
I'm actually curious to see what other models can do.
Okay.
So let's do Grok.
You want to do Grok Code Fast 1?
Yeah, I
All
just
right,
want to
let's-
see
yeah,
what.
Let's see.
I've never seen that.
All right. Let's see how it goes. Now, okay, so this project is a real-time telemetry simulator dashboard built with Next.js, React, and Chad C and UI. Right now, it's in the early setup phase. Think of it as the foundation being laid. Basic project structures in place, but no actual simulation or live dashboard yet. The next step, according to the plan, is to scaffold the UI and design system. We've already done step 1 though, and step 2. It doesn't know that.
Yeah, that's why
Interesting.
you have to take what you have and copy paste it into the chat.
It doesn't know. That's interesting though, because we've done step 1 and step 2, but it doesn't know from this.
It doesn't remember.
It doesn't remember because we cleared
We
the
were
chat.
talking about that yesterday,
Yeah,
about
it has-
memory.
Yeah, it has no
How
recollection.
exhausting can
Yes.
it be to just try to implement something, even if it's not programming, something else in general, right?
Right, yeah.
And it just forgets.
Right, and you have to start over. So it's kind of like that movie. You ever see the movie 50 First Dates? You ever seen this movie?
I think so. Adam Sandler?
Yes,
Yeah.
and Drew Barrymore.
Yeah.
And she
Terrible.
No, it's a great movie.
Jesus Christ.
You didn't like the movie?
I don't. That's not my type of movie. So
Chad, have you seen 51st? That's a great movie. She forgets
it
everything.
is so bad.
Every morning he has to convince her every single day of who he is and that they're a couple.
I know.
Yeah.
Rom-coms
so
are so
sad.
bad in general,
Oh, okay.
and that is just.
Not a fan of the rom-coms. Okay, so I think here, yeah, we're so behind schedule.
I know, yeah,
So
I've
I think
seen.
what we can do here is we can say step 1 and 2 are already complete. Please,
Moving on to step
yeah,
3.
Move on to step 3. And do you want to continue with graph code fast 1 or you want to switch to a different model?
Let's try next model.
Okay, what do you want to do?
Let's see. Let's do GPT-5.
GPT-5.
Yeah.
Safe choice. Let's do it. Send it. All right. And while this cooks a little bit, I'm going to go over and actually, I'm going to leave this up just in case we need to actually accept anything here. But you can see, so we've added this thinking now. So it's, you can see this is all it just thinking about what it needs to do, which is quite interesting. What is your preferred AI tool?
ChatGPT.
ChatGPT.
I actually don't use AI that much for programming. If I have to make a decision of what I need to do, I might use it as an advisor to help me decide and make a better decision. But I do use it a lot for content creation. So
How do you-
newsletter, LinkedIn posts, just hooks for my videos.
What's the process for doing that? Because I do it too. I'm curious what you do.
So it depends what platform. Let's say for my Instagram, I'm just like, I'm a content creator. I post about programming, tech, career, shenanigans.
Shenanigans. That's the best part. The shenanigans are the
Yeah,
best part.
It is. That's
Yeah.
what makes my page,
That's what makes it fun. Otherwise, it
yeah.
wouldn't be fun.
Otherwise, it's just nonsense. And I give examples of my videos or stuff that I've done, especially something that has a lot of views, gone viral, and I ask for similar ideas. And
Okay.
see,
Oh, so you're like ideating content. You're
Yeah.
using it to figure out what to do next. How are you getting the previous content? Where does it come from?
right here.
But does
It
it
comes right here.
Yes, but does it need to know about the previous content that you've
So,
done?
like, I give approximate explanation of what it is that I usually do.
Okay.
And just based on that, it kind of provides me some information. And then if I see something that I like, then I would be like, oh, I like this. Can you elaborate on this? I want to create a video about that. But you know what's also helpful when you work with brands and they send you a lot of briefs to go through?
Right.
And you can just upload them to ChatGPT and be like, can you summarize that for me? What does the brand want me to do? Right?
So when
That's
you're doing
very
like
helpful.
I assume you do a lot of
Sponsored
sponsored
yeah.
content. Okay. Wait, does the brand not send you like here's what we want you to say about the thing? Because when I hear this stuff, a lot of times it sounds like people are like reading something that they've been given,
No,
or you
most-
have to creatively.
Yeah,
Okay.
so most of the times they give you creative freedom with some guidelines. Like don't swear in the video. And then you create a script and then they approve it and then you film.
Okay. Nice.
And then they approve that.
So on our project here, we now got applied. So it apparently had some errors. It did a fix, and it says,
Oh.
next I'll add the preview script and update package JSON.
So we were talking about that yesterday too, about whys. I would ask why, what exactly did you fix and why?
Okay.
What was the reason?
Do you want to say explain in simple terms or anything like that?
Always simple
Always
terms.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you ever, sometimes I do this, explain like I'm in the
5-year-old.
10th grade. So I found that like 10th grade is like an adult explanation, but very simple. But if you do 5, then it's like, trees are tall and pretty, the tree, it is like, okay, yeah, it doesn't have to be that granular. All right, let's see what we got here. We have this weird bug at the moment. Where
Yeah, I can see that.
Yes. We'll see what, make GPT-5 explain itself. Explain yourself. All right, so what I changed, normalize the vehicle early, tightened this doesn't sound like I'm in 10th grade.
Yeah, it's a little more, but why even?
No behavior change, just safer, cleaner typing.
You know what that usually means? I
Everything's
once
broken.
put a code to help me figure out some bug, and it just took my constant and capitalized them.
That was the fix.
It just like the first few lines,
Yeah.
just capitalized it. But in the rest of the code,
Still broken.
no, it's not about broken. It broke it.
Oh, because it wasn't capitalized in the rest of the
They
code.
weren't. Yeah, so it wasn't changed anywhere. I'm like, why did you do that?
You didn't even
And-
ask for that.
Yeah.
All right. Do you want to proceed with the preview script next? I don't even know what preview script is.
I don't either. Let's see
Let's
what
ask,
it is.
what is the preview script? See what it says here. My one hang up with GPT-5 is that it's like slow.
It is.
I just wish it was faster. Okay, it says it's a tiny standalone TypeScript runner whose only job is to let you manually observe the simulation engine output in the terminal before wiring it into a WebSocket.
Wow. Interesting.
I kind of like that. So it's testing like the underlying data before we try to actually put it into the UI. I think we need this.
I think
I
so.
think we need this.
Yeah,
What do you think?
I think so.
Okay, so you want to have it created?
Let's do it.
Okay. Go ahead. What would your prompt be? What would you say?
Yes, I would like to see it, please.
Yes.
Don't forget to say please.
There we go. All right. Let's see if it will give us this preview script here, which should have our data in it. Now, I did make something. In the interest of shameless self-promotion here, which maybe you'll find interesting, but I created an MCP server for YouTube.
Okay.
And if you come here, chat,
Did you create it or
I
did
built
the
it- well,
AI create it?
AI built it. So I built it using Beast Mode, which is a chat mode that I created for GPT 4.1.
Okay.
And what it does is it allows you to, my passkey. Yeah, we can do that. It allows you to, if you have a YouTube video that you publish like is unlisted, you can point the AI at YouTube and say, hey, download the transcript for this video and then come up with some title or description ideas for this video.
Oh, wow, that's nice.
Yes. And so I did it. When I did it, I built it and it has it's an e-commerce site. So you have to pay to use the server. But chat, if you just sign up and use it, you get like 1,000 requests for free. It's just in your account.
Pay up.
Yes. You're not meant to, don't actually pay for this. It's not worth it. But you can come and do a new token here. So like, let's do a new token. We'll call it live stream, generate token. And then you can grab this thing, this MCP server, add it to Visual Studio Code, and then you can actually ask questions about your video and have it ideate titles, descriptions, other ideas for you based on existing videos. So maybe that would be.
I've seen some chats that people have created specifically for content creation people. And there's ability for you to add or linked videos, and it kind of goes through it, and then it suggests you similar content.
Okay, so these tools already exist.
They do.
Okay.
I haven't
Well, there
personally
goes
used
my
it,
startup idea. Yeah,
but why not? You can be better than them.
it could be.
Yeah.
Do it better than they did it. Okay, here's your simulation data. So we
Okay.
have it. We have speed, RPMs. I don't know what G is. Throttle, braking, cool, oil. No idea what these two are. But this is it. So we got through step 3 and we have the simulated data for the dashboard.
Okay.
What should we do next?
I don't know. Why don't we ask what would be the next steps?
That's great.
Why are we thinking?
I don't
We have AI in
I don't
here.
know. What's the point of having AI if we're going to do
I
all the
know.
work ourselves? Okay.
Talking about memory, mine is not that great either.
Right. Like it's hard enough as a human being, like my context window, and I've noticed this, like if you work with AI and you send it off to go do a bunch of work, and then later you come back and it's done and you're like, I don't remember what I was doing at all. Like I've completely forgotten.
Well, don't you sometimes walk into the room and I'm like, what am I doing in here?
Oh yes. Why did I come into this room?
Yeah. And
Yeah.
it's so frustrated.
Yes.
Like, am I losing my marbles? Maybe.
No, it gets worse as you get older, and then at some point you just accept it and you just walk right back out of the room. You're like, oh,
Like,
remember at some
whatever.
point. Yeah.
Future Anastasia will figure it out.
Right, doesn't matter. Not my problem anymore. Okay, so it says recommended next step here. Did we ask what? Oh, it's telling us.
Okay, so we already have that.
Yeah, it says proceed to step 4. What do you want to do?
Let's proceed with step 4.
Proceed with step 4?
Yeah.
Different model or new model?
I would, again, for me, it's comfortable. But if you want to try something else, we can.
GPT-5? It's up to you.
Okay, let's try something else.
Okay, what do you want to try?
How about Claude?
Claude, Sonnet 4?
Yeah.
All right, bringing in Big Claude. Here we go. Big Claude. Why did I say that?
I don't know.
It doesn't even make
I
sense.
know, yeah.
Because I feel like that's like the programming model. Everybody is kind of like
A lot of people use it,
Yes, yeah. Let me ask you a question. When GPT-5 came out, the other models went away.
Mm-hmm.
How do you feel about that? You don't care?
I feel like I don't know. So I do. Some things don't require for you to have the 5. General questions, something that you can just put in a search engine, could use other models. Like it doesn't need the 5.
Right.
Like why is it so complicated? It uses a lot of resources too, right?
You feel like it's overkill.
I think so, right? So I think we should have more models to choose from, and depending on the complexity of the actual task.
So you didn't feel like attached to a specific model?
No.
What was your favorite model before GPT-5?
I think it was 4. Was it the 4?
4.0?
4.0, yeah.
Yeah. My favorite is 4.1. I still like 4.1 a lot.
Do you?
Yes,
Mhm.
very much. It's very good at writing code, and it's quirky, and I know how to work with it. And so that's the model that I generally use.
Like I said, I usually use it more for content creation. So
Yeah, it's really good at that too. 4.0. I feel like, do you feel like it's better than other models? Like, do you feel like 4.0 is better than Gemini or better than Claude at ideating
I
content?
don't like Gemini.
Not a fan?
I feel like it's pretty bad.
Huh, interesting.
Yeah.
I was just over in, Simon and I were looking at we've been here at Microsoft HQ this week doing some planning and feedbacks and things like that with the community. And we had all those sticky notes that we put on the glass on the windows.
Yeah.
And so we went over and had ChatGPT read the sticky notes and then summarize, and it just completely made up half of the content. And
Seriously?
then, yes, and then Simon said, use Gemini. Gemini is really good at this. And so we used Gemini, and it was
A lot better?
way better. I mean, like much more accurate. Now, that's granted, that's one test. That's not a conclusive, but he's like, it's just really good at reading images and this kind of thing.
Yeah, maybe
So,
I didn't give it enough chance.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, replacing WebSocket implementation with more practical. Let's see. While this goes, let me check on the chat if chat has any questions. Producer, you want to pull the screen down here so people don't get screen inception? There we go. So let's see here. Chat. Could you change from kilometers per hour to miles per hour, please? It's gonna.
No, we're not doing that.
No,
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I would, Larry, I would, but I can't. Why are you guys not using Windows? Why aren't you using Windows, Anastasia?
I do use Windows.
You use Windows at home?
Yeah.
Ah, okay. So
Well, at
it's
work,
me.
yeah.
I'm the problem.
At work, I use Windows.
No beast mode? No, not today. We're using what these folks want to use. We could use beast mode. Let's see. Deterministic, bound to converge into a possible solution. That's what deterministic is.
Thank you so much.
That's way better
Yeah.
than the model did and explained
Yeah.
itself.
See?
Just get Brian in here to explain everything. Brian, let's put you back here.
AI is going to take over my job.
No,
No, like it can't
no.
even explain you
No,
things.
you can't replace Brian.
Thank you, Brian.
Yeah. Deterministic meaning if given an input, the output is predictable and not random.
I feel like
Again,
now
again.
everybody's just
Wait a minute, no.
explaining us English.
Yes, but also I feel like this is an AI. This feels like AI.
That does a
Deterministic,
little bit,
no
yeah.
ambiguities. He's underwater. Is my audio still really bad, y'all? Hurry up and review my application for GitHub Education.
What?
My quota rate is finished. Benjamin, do you need more? Benjamin, do you need more quota? Do you need more quota, Benjamin? DM me. I'll hook you up. When asking questions, do you switch to ask mode? I don't, Gregor. I don't. I just stay in agent mode and I say don't write code. So let's do this. Let's hop back over. Oh, it's still going. Create a test stream, test client. I'm looking, producers right outside the door. Like, please,
I
please,
know.
please.
I'm like, take her out.
We have to, Allison, I just said this has to finish. We just have to finish one thing, and I promise. Is she late for the podcast?
No, you just have 2 more people.
Oh,
I guess we're going to be here all day.
just tell them to wait longer. Like dance or something. All right.
Distract them.
I have to use the restroom too. I've been in here for like 2 hours and I've had too much water.
There's a plant.
We definitely cannot do that. All right.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm 100%
Yeah?
sure. Yeah.
You can see it on the camera. It's fine.
No.
I'll look away.
Oh my gosh. These are the shenanigans you were talking
That's the
about.
shenanigans.
Okay. Now testing the stream endpoints to verify they work correctly. I feel like it's close. We should change to miles per hour. I don't even know what a kilometer per hour is. I'm gonna be honest. I'm sorry, Chad. I just don't. How fast is 5 kilometers per hour? Is that slow? Is that fast?
Slow.
Is it slow?
Yeah,
is
so-
it faster than 5 miles per hour? No, it's slower. Right?
We don't use miles.
See?
Nobody uses
See?
miles.
This is how we feel about kilometers.
Yeah,
no
it's
one
only
knows.
here.
It says it's done. So the foundation for live streaming is solid. Clients can now connect and receive continuous telemetry data, ready to proceed to the client-side state management layer. Sounds really complex. But
Wow.
let's go like look at the site and see if anything has changed. I don't think it did. It did not. It's still just building the bones. So all we have is the data layer. But Anastasia, we have to get you on
I
to
know.
the other things we have for you. Again, if people want to find you, it's Diaries of a Code Girl. Let's go back here.
Thank you for following. Please
Yes,
follow.
like and subscribe. And primarily on Instagram. Is that where people? Okay.
Yeah, mostly Instagram, but I try
Mostly.
to post everywhere. But Instagram is my biggest platform.
Biggest platform.
Yeah.
Hold on, we should find you. There was an Instagram.com/Diaries of a Code Girl. Why can't I do this?
I don't know.
I can't spell. There we go.
That's me. Oh my
That's
God.
you.
look
There
at
you
that.
are. Okay. Check out Anastasia on Instagram. Thanks for being with us.
Thank you for inviting me.
Next guest coming right up, and we'll keep this going.
Okay, great.
Thank you.
Good luck.
Okay, hold on. Give me 1 second. Hey, chat. Listen, I really need to use the restroom. Producer, can you throw up like a "be right back" screen? There we go. Perfect. All right, I just got to pee real bad. Okay.
I almost
No
fell off the
intro.
chair.
Careful. What's up, chat? We're back. Thank you. I have a new beverage, and we have a new friend. What's up, Scott?
Hey, how's it going, Burke?
Oh no, we're echoing back here. Mute. There we go. Scott Tolinksi,
Hey.
what's up? Thanks for being here.
Oh yeah, happy to be here. It's been a week.
Yeah, it has been a week. What are we doing here?
Just learning, honestly, having conversations.
Yeah.
And man, it is just a great group of folks who've been here. So like me personally, man, the most amount of value I've gotten is just hearing how other people are using things.
Yeah, it's quite interesting.
Everybody's got their own stuff, you know?
Everybody's doing things very differently, and sometimes just like not at all.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? There's some
Yeah.
people just not doing AI coding in the same way that I am at all,
Mm-hmm.
which is totally fine.
Yeah.
I just generally expected everybody's doing things the way that I'm doing them.
Yeah.
Because why wouldn't they?
And it is such a wide variety, but not just like tools, but like techniques and like the things that I've found and I've landed on that work really well for me. Like, I don't know if they're working for everybody. And,
Yeah.
you know, and that's like really interesting to me because I've stumbled on some things and I've worked in through some things and I've heard some things and I've tried some things, whatever. But like so many people have done the same thing and have ended up in a completely different spot that is delivering for them.
Yeah.
And it's like, I love to hear that because now I'm like, oh, I get to now go explore this. I get to go try this. And I feel like I've left or I'm leaving with just a giant to-do list of things to try, books to read, things to look up, which is how I like to operate. So
That's awesome. So for those, I'm sure most folks know you. For those who don't, Scott, who are you? What are you doing here?
yes, my name is Scott Tolinksi. I'm the co-host of the Syntax podcast, syntax.fm. We've been releasing a web development podcast every single week, sometimes 2 or 3 a week for the past, I don't know, nearly
2 or 3 a week?
Yeah, we do 2 episodes. We were doing 3 a week. Now we do 2 a week, and then 1 episode that is just video of us like doing coding competitions and just like goofy stuff on YouTube. So yeah, we're approaching 1,000 episodes. Apparently, we're at like 983 or something. So somebody,
No, kidding.
I've
I
had
had
like
no idea.
5 or 6 folks ask me this week, hey, what are you doing for the 1,000th episode? I'm like, we're getting to 1,000? I guess so. Like,
This is some sort of party. Yeah, folks know.
yeah.
Syntax in the house.
Yeah, syntax.
Yeah,
is
you
in
have
the house.
to, I mean, for what do you do? Maybe you have on like Lex Friedman or something?
Yeah, we'll have something big. Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll definitely do something big. And we're always working on fun stuff. So we have a number of irons in the fire at all times. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. And we've been talking about, actually, Century's got a lot of free airtime. this
Yeah,
morning, thanks to
I heard Ken, yeah.
So, hey, listen, if it's good and people want to talk about it, we're going to talk about it. So,
Totally.
So what we're doing here this morning, because I know you're a little short on time, Scott, we want to respect that. So what I'm going to do here is, let me pull John, thank you very much. What we're doing is we've been vibe coding a vehicle telemetry dashboard, and everybody's been building on the work of the people that came before them. So where we are right now is that we have a WebSocket set up that is sending this sample data, and it's sending it at 100 or 250 milliseconds or something like that intervals.
Okay.
And we have a dashboard that was scaffolded for us by the agent that just contains, it's just Next.js and ShadC and UI. So what we have here, what Eleanor gave us when she was here was a plan. So if we pull up the plan here, we are on, I think we're on step 5,
Okay.
client state and providers. And so the question is, Scott, what do you want to do, man? You can do step 5. You can say delete the whole project.
Yeah, I was gonna say, what do I honestly want to do? I want
Yes.
to rip all this stuff out. No,
Really?
no. I
Just they can move it over to Bootstrap.
Yeah,
I mean,
Mark's
here.
Mark's here. Yeah. No, honestly, it is so funny. I haven't worked in React in a while. So for me,
Yeah.
like, I see TSX and I'm like, oh, okay, back in this world. No,
What world would you be in?
I write everything in Svelte personally.
Okay.
Yeah, I prefer the way that Vue or Svelte handles things typically. Yeah, I like, and even like solid JS. What I like about those systems more is that you're listening for values changing rather than like rerunning components, right? Like,
But
it-
isn't that the draw of React though? Is that you are in very granular control over the values changing?
the value changes, and if that value triggers a component to refresh, that component will just refresh. We're like, in a Svelte component, most of the thing won't even change, and one value
Oh, I
changes,
see what you're saying.
and only
Okay.
that little bit
Yeah.
gets updated. I don't have to worry about whether or not the entire thing's re-rendering. I don't have to worry about memoization. I don't have to worry about use callback or who knows. I mean, these things that you don't have to worry about anymore with the React compiler or whatever. But it's just overhead for me to be just like, yeah, I'll just write it,
So what I say?
No, don't do that. No, no.
The
In fact,
entire
yeah.
just kidding.
Although that syntax fans will know that is a favorite of mine.
to just rip stuff out and redo it.
Oh yeah, to a destructive degree.
I
Yes.
think that's like it's like human nature for programmers, because I do this too, where it's like you build up, you're like, you know what, this would be a lot better if fill in the blank. Like if I was just
Endlessly.
using plain Tailwind instead of Shad CN, you know what, I'm going to refactor this whole
Mhm.
application. It's like, why? Why?
Yeah, I know. It's actually really interesting with vibing anything, that control you need to kind of release a little bit, right? Like if
A lot. Yeah, totally.
yeah, like I guess that's not the choice I would have made. But if I don't want to get like too deep into this project, then I guess I got to live with it.
Yeah. I mean, you're coming in, you don't know, right? You don't have no idea. I know what the context is. You have no idea what the context is.
Yeah.
It's almost like you have no choice here but to proceed with step 5. What else could you possibly do?
Proceed with step 5.
Okay.
I see the word zoostand. I like, or zustand, zoostand, however folks say it.
I don't know what that is.
It's a state management library, and honestly, it's one of the more sensible ways of working in React State. I'm a hater, sorry. It is. It's it's nice. I like zoostand, so it's a nice way of working in State.
So which model do you want here?
Which model? Oh
Yes, these
man,
we have others, but these are the ones that I've
yeah.
provided for you to choose from today.
I've been working in GPT-5 mostly.
GPT-5,
myself.
that's been the popular one today.
Yeah, you know what? I started using it, and I've heard with Svelte syntax, it's not as good as Sonnet. And man, I just
Why
keep
would
going.
that seems odd because it's got a more recent training date.
I know. I don't know. They have some benchmarks from the Svelte team, but I still get better results on everything with GPT-5, like across the board. So I have an MCP server to get the right syntax, and I don't worry about it.
What MCP server is that?
The Svelte folks have made one for themselves.
So there's a Svelte MCP server.
There is. Yeah, because it turns out when you completely change the syntax of a project after all the models have been trained, and there's tons of projects using this old syntax, it is impossible to force these things to use the new syntax.
I just want to look this up because I'm curious. Is it an official Svelte?
No, it's this blog post. Yes.
Okay.
But there will be an official one. This is built by the community, but there will
so
be.
What's
an
interesting is
official
there is we just launched a registry for MCP servers,
Yes.
which for some reason I can't get working this morning. Let me see if
It's because you just launched it today and there's a live stream.
That's exactly what's going on. But yeah, I'm getting a 404, but you should be able to just come in here and be like Svelte. Yeah, you can see 401 here. So
Yeah,
unfortunate.
that's so
Yeah,
classic.
interesting. What about Context 7? You
Yeah.
use that?
I love Context 7.
Yeah, huge fan. Yeah.
I'm interested in your thoughts on these MCP servers, especially with things like Context 7. It's having to look up data. It's having to look up things. Do you find yourself having to constantly be like, please use this tool? And I know I can put it in instructions files. I can do this or that. But I know in some systems, whether or not vscode specifically, but I'm constantly having to beg it to use the MCP server correctly.
Yeah. So I'm glad you asked. So I have a chat mode that I've created that's called Beast Mode.
Yes. Okay.
Right. So this is essentially what this mode does. If we were to come in and look at it, and this is created specifically for 4.1, it tends to be overkill with other models. But if you scroll down, you'll see that I'm telling it you cannot do this without using Google to verify your understanding of third-party
Cool.
packages and libraries. And so because it has to be generic, what I would probably change this and say you have to use context 7.
Mhm.
You literally cannot complete the task without using context 7. I don't care what the task is.
Yeah.
I don't care if I ask you, what the best banana is.
Yeah.
Use context 7 to try to do that. Like you have to be, in my experience, very prescriptive about your workflow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I found the more prescriptive you are, endlessly better all the time. I do wonder if context 7 would know what the best type of banana is.
It may,
Like
hold on.
banana MCP.
Context 7, banana. No, close.
Yeah.
Banta.
Banana UI.
Banana U. What even is that?
I don't know. See, I love this. We do a thing on syntax where we say, is it a JavaScript framework or this? Is it an NPM package or this? And we just make stuff up. It's always a blast because you can find projects like Banana UI. Like,
what if this is like the best UI in the world and nobody knows about it?
deepwiki/fried rice noodles. Okay.
I'm afraid
I know.
I don't want to click on things. Wait,
No.
it has a web page here. Let's see if it loads.
See, yeah, okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's quite minimal.
Yeah. It's not for me.
No, okay. All
Sorry.
right. Sorry, Banana UI.
Yeah.
But check out Banana UI. Chat.
Yeah.
All right.
Shout out Banana.
So let's see here. Shout out
So
to-
are these modes? Because I haven't used modes very much in
Yeah.
here. Basically, what you're doing with a mode is what you're creating an instruction file that does what? It specifies how this mode should be used, like something like a plan or a build mode type of deal.
Right. So this is one of those areas where like, what do you use the chat mode for? And it's kind of like, well, what do you want to use it for?
Mm.
So essentially, what happens with chat modes is you have our internal agent instructions, which, by the way, chat open source now, so you can see this on the vscode Copilot chat repo. So you have our agent instructions, which sort of specify the tools that the model can use and the agentic behavior that we expect. In other words, you need to keep going. Don't come back to me until you're right. And then we teach it to use a to-do list. And then if you add a custom chat mode, that gets added below that, right? And we will say the user is providing a custom mode for you that it wants you to follow. And then whatever you put there. So you could have a planning mode.
Yeah.
Right. And I have other modes that I use, not on this machine. Like one's a research mode.
Cool.
Where it just says you only have access to Google and edit files. You're only allowed to write markdown files. The user's going to give you something to research. You need to use Google to do that and then write up. You can use instruction files to do that.
And yeah, well, but still, there's something really nice about going into a specific mode. And I found this a lot in like open code or Cloud Code or some of these other. I found it to be nice to be able to say, all right, I'm in plan mode. And I have that confidence of it's not going to go off and start editing files right now for me.
Right. You know exactly what it's going to do.
Yeah, it puts me into a mode of, sure, you could probably do that in instructions too, but there's something about that visual indicator. This is the mode that I'm in.
Yeah.
I have not made custom ones, so this is kind of opened my brain a little bit on that.
Oh yeah, custom modes are really, really cool. Another one I use is I have like a GitHub issues mode.
Yeah.
And it has just the GitHub MCP server, and all it does is I say, is there already an issue on the VS Code repo for this? Oh, you see there's an overlapping text bug in the chat. You can see this.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. So so I would say, is there an issue in the VS Code repo already for overlapping text? And then it goes off and searches and comes back and says yes or no. And if there isn't, it automatically creates that issue for me and runs the terminal commands to get my environment info to add into the issue. So yeah,
dude.
Custom chat modes. All right, so we're finished here. What did it do? Implement actual WebSocket endpoint, replace current SSE first approach.
Okay.
Expose configuration props, add selector-based memoized. I don't even know what that is.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what that is?
Add selector-based memoized hook for a specific metric group to prep for widgets. Yeah, I would imagine something about React state. It's like it wants to make sure that this isn't updating too frequently. Yeah.
I like how you got thrown in here and you have to answer these questions
No,
on
hey,
a project that you've
hey.
never seen before.
The answer is because React. I think.
Yeah. Introduce dev panel to visualize store performance render frequency. Okay, so I think at this point, like let's go over and like just refresh the app here.
Yeah, let's see it.
Bro, it's working.
So we can tell it's working because the numbers are changing?
Yes.
Is that,
So
okay.
none of this was here before.
Cool.
Before we just had
Yes.
these
Oh,
elements
okay. Yeah,
down
yes,
here.
yes, you're right. Yes.
And so now it's put this up here. But this is the debug panel, I think. It's not actually wired up any UI elements.
Do we have UI elements for it?
I mean, we have some ShadCN UI
Okay, that's what
that we
we have,
specified.
yes.
Yeah. So
And it's like, hey, let's just use some paragraph tags.
so we got to get you out of here, Scott, because you got places to be. It's 12:08.
Places to be, yeah.
Do you want to move on to what do you want to do here?
What do I want to do here?
So we look at the plan. I
Yeah.
think the next step 6. Like this is the.
Did it successfully complete step 5? We
It
know
did.
that for sure?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, I mean, I'm saying yes, but I don't.
Yeah, store. Okay.
Implement Zustand, create WebSocket provider for handling, add latency measurement, which we have. Yeah, we
Okay.
have all of this.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Dashboard time.
Dashboard time?
Yeah.
Should I just put it's dashboard time?
I love that. That's how I talk to my agents. It is. I was chatting with some folks and I was really embarrassed because they were like, well, what kind of slash commands do you use? And like, what are your slash commands? I'm like, well, I gave them all kind of dumb names. So like, I don't even want to tell you they're dumb names. Like,
Yeah,
keep up with me or like,
that's private.
pay attention. Yeah. Like,
Hey, yo.
yeah, right.
All right, so same model, GPT-5 again?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. I've had the best luck there.
Okay. Now, so we talked a bit about syntax and your 1000th episode coming up.
Yes.
We were talking about this week, but I didn't realize that y'all do this full time. And so you're literally just prepping for and doing syntax episodes.
24/7.
And I
Yeah.
asked you yesterday, I was like, when you do those CSS battles,
Yeah.
do you just walk in with no research whatsoever and try to just right off the top of the head?
Yeah. Especially for this CSS for me is like my favorite thing. So to go in there, I am only thinking about crushing Wes and CJ in this competition. That's the only thing I'm thinking
You
about.
just want to dominate.
I do, and I've only won a couple of them. I think CJ is currently the overall winner, but it is like we get in there, and I'm just seeing red the whole time. I'm like, and I think it was like the 4th episode or something. My hands were literally shaking because I was like, I need to win. Like, I need to win one. I am not
Are you super competitive?
super
Like,
competitive.
really?
Yes. Oh yeah.
So now for everything in life, like if we did a pickup game.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I'm not good at basketball, but I'm competitive. Yeah.
Yeah, interesting.
Yeah, very competitive. In fact, my wife and I play Mario Party all the time, and she does this thing, especially if we're playing with the kids. She'll be like, "You're being a little like intense about this, and the kids are losing, so maybe you should pull it back a bit." And then I'll pull it back, and then she steps right in there and beats me.
Oh, dude.
And I'm just like, I should never.
Not fall for
yeah.
that. And also, people used to say to my kids, like, you need to let the kid win. I'm like, no, the kid can win when they earn it.
They earn it, yeah.
Right. We used to play Guitar Hero, and I just smoke my
Oh,
kids. You know, and they get frustrated. My wife would be like, "You're being mean." I'm like, "No, they need to get better at Guitar Hero.
Totally.
Right? You got to earn it."
Yeah. No, it's worked. My daughter's getting 2nd place on Mario Kart now. She's moving up in the ranks.
See,
Yeah.
there you go.
Yeah, totally.
Absolutely interesting. So it's interesting. I think when you watch the podcast, it looks so. It's just very well structured, and everybody's very amicable. But it's nice to know that, like, simmering under the surface, there's.
Yeah. Oh, totally. No, we're all best friends. And then the moment that it's competition, I'm like, I'm ready to go.
It's
Yeah.
time to go.
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
What was one of your favorite interviews
Oh,
or
man.
episodes? You had to pick one.
Oh,
For people who've never seen the show, you're picking one episode that they're going to watch. Or
Yeah.
listen to.
you know what? We do a series. I'm going to not answer the question, but we did we do a series every Halloween of spooky web developer stories where it's people submitting real questions of times they accidentally deleted their whole database or sent out 1,000 test emails. And we do it every year, and every single year I'm in tears laughing at reading some of these. It is so entertaining to me every single time the stories that show up, and the amount of money spent or this or that or databases brought down. So every single year on Halloween, we do 2 episodes of spooky web developer stories.
All right, so check out Spooky Web. I'm trying to see if there's any other questions we can ask you here. Any other questions, y'all, for Scott? Let's see here. Syntax. Yeah. Seen here. Don't go anywhere, folks. After Scott, we have. Oh yes, we have one more surprise guest joining after
yeah.
Scott. Yeah, big shoes to fill. Well, Scott, I'll show you. Producer, you want to bring this up real quick? We can see where we are before Scott's got to take off. But I mean, look at this.
Dashboard.
Let's go.
Yes.
We're getting there.
That came out of nowhere.
It did, man.
Yeah.
And it's just magically there. All right. Well, thanks for being here, Scott. I wish we had more time with you.
Yeah, likewise.
All right, everybody, check out Syntax. I know you probably do already, but Scott's out. We have it, but you're not going to want to miss this next guest. You're going to stick around. We're going to do it. All right. Bye, chat. We roll it live even while you're leaving.
Syntax.
All right. All right.
Thank you.
All right. Yeah, I did. Have a great trip. Hey. What's going on, man? How you doing? We're already live. So you just say hi to the chat as you come in here. Go on this other side. There we go. All right.
Sup, nerds?
There we go. What's up? This is a man who needs no introduction, but
Happy to be here.
What do you got? What's up, Theo?
Not much.
How are
Fun
you,
day.
man?
Happy to sneak in. I know I wasn't scheduled, but I'm happy to be here.
Man, thank you so much. They were like, "Hey, Theo wants to come on." I was like, "Are you kidding me? That's awesome."
Yeah, thanks for going nice and late
Yeah,
for me.
Mike says, "No way, no way." Theo is here. Where are we, Theo?
Middle of nowhere near Seattle.
Yeah, Redmond.
Yeah.
Somewhere.
I never know if I'm in Redmond or Bellevue unless somebody tells me.
Theo, Mike's gonna be in your chat later. Just letting you know.
Oh, fun. Yeah, not today. I'm not going live tonight, sadly. I forgot to announce that, but I
Oh,
should be
no.
live tomorrow. I go live 1 p.m. Wednesdays usually, but not this week. You guys will see me soon, I promise.
Skip.
We'll have a video out around the same time instead. I got some really fun ones queued up.
Nice. And so we've been at Microsoft all week.
Yeah.
Well, I say all week. It's only. It feels like it's been up.
We got a lot done yesterday. Like yesterday was a week by itself. We
it
had
was
so
a
much stuff.
long day.
Yeah, I don't know if I talked to you much about like what we did after with the tour, but I got to go hang out at the accessibility and adaptability lab.
Yeah.
I'm such a nerd about that stuff. I always have been. Like anybody who knows me from my community knows that accessibility in tech is super important to me, and getting to like talk to the people who work on that, the hardware and the software, and like making it so my friends who are missing limbs or have like paralysis and other physical disabilities can use technology is so cool. And like meeting those people and shaking their hands and talking about it was a highlight of the trip for me for sure.
That's
Super fun.
awesome. Yeah. And I didn't know that most of that stuff even existed. Like I knew about the Xbox controller because I've seen the Super Bowl commercial, but literally none of the rest of that stuff. I was like, I didn't know about any of this stuff. And I also didn't know with the accessibility controller that you could plug stuff into the
That's
back.
what makes it so cool. That's the whole
Yeah,
point.
I had no idea.
I
thought
don't
it was
even
just
think
two
about the
big
pads
buttons.
on the front. I only think about the other end of it. It's super cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
That's
it like
awesome.
the funniest part there for me was when they were showing all of the 3D printed adapters they have to make it so like different joysticks and things can work for different
What
abilities.
do they call them, toppers or something
Yeah.
like that? Yeah.
And they're all 3D printed with all open like models for them, which is super cool.
Yeah.
And she held up one and was like, "Can you guys guess what this one's for?" I waited to see if they said they would say it. No idea. Like, that's for the like using with your chin. She's like, "Well, you're cheating, Theo." Like, sorry, I'm into it.
Yeah, you know a lot.
I need it right now more than ever. I'm down a hand.
Yeah, what happened?
Skateboards.
Yeah.
I was supposed to make up something different every time. I got in a fight about front-end frameworks. Yeah, you should see the view guy.
I think that's Evan actually. Yeah, I've seen some of your skateboard. I feel like I saw a video recently where you like cracked a board in half.
That happens a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I used to, when I was at my prime, I would break a board every like 2 to 3 sessions. I'm giant, like I'm 6'4" and I weigh a lot. So I would just, if I land slightly wrong, the leverage force where like the truck is on the board puts so much force in this one specific spot that it just would regularly break.
Really? So there's not like a deck that's more reliable?
I don't want to literally just talk about this for the entire time I'm here,
know,
but I
sorry.
could. No, it's.
But wait, you just got a new deck. I think we got you on the GitHub one. I'm
I have-
curious to see if that holds up.
It won't, but it'll be fun to film the clip of it breaking. I rode the same board for about 18 years at the same exact shape from a specific press in San Diego areas where they were made. The company that made those boards recently got bought out and shut down.
Okay.
So the board I've been riding that had 2 layers of carbon fiber, very strategically placed to prevent this, they don't exist anymore. I can't get the board that it won't break anymore.
Okay.
And I'm going mad.
Man.
Yeah, I have
All
a friend who's
folks.
looking into figuring out how I can buy one of the old machines so I can press them myself.
A startup idea, make a board that Theo can't break. All right, Theo, here's what we're doing today. So we've been vibe coding an application all morning,
Oh,
and
boy.
everybody is building on what the previous person did. So Cory decided we were going to build a car dashboard telemetry simulator. And then Eleanor came in with the plan. And then we've been building on that plan. I'll show you in a second what we've got so far here, but let me just do a commit. And
I don't know which of those words hurt me the most: car, dashboard, or open telemetry. I only associate pain with all of those things.
All those things. But here we are. Look, this is what we got. So it's Next.js. Cory picked Next.js and Shadc and UI.
Yep.
And this is what we've got so far. So what we have is a WebSocket that's streaming this data, I think, although it doesn't look like it's streaming, does it? No, it is up at the top, latency,
Yep.
1 millisecond. Unfortunately, it is in kilometers per hour, so nobody has any idea how fast we're going.
Yeah, I was gonna say
here in
freedom
the
units
US.
are bust.
Yeah, maybe we should convert to that. So the question is, what is this stuff? This doesn't even do anything down here.
Yeah.
What do you want to do? We can move on to the next step of the plan. I mean,
I would love to take a look at the backend side where we're getting the stream from.
I wish that I knew what it
Can
was.
we ask Copilot where it's coming from?
We should ask. All right.
I find it's a really underrated use case is just ask like, where is this data?
All right. So what would you ask?
Are you? I'm not familiar with the like. Do you have to switch to ask mode, or will the agent do this fine?
What I do, I just say don't write code.
Okay.
Because I don't like to switch modes.
Yeah.
It's too much of a pain.
Let's get. Where are the WebSockets implemented on the server side? Oh, you're only my voice to text. You busy after this? I need the help.
I cannot get my mic working this morning correctly, so we're
No
typing everything
worries.
out. So, I sent with GPT-5. I should have let you pick your own model here. But you can see we have thinking
If
now.
you ask me to pick, I'm just picking GPT-5.
Oh, that's the one you're going with?
Always. I can't remember the last time I selected another model for anything other than to show the problems with the other model.
Man, this has been fascinating because I ask everyone what model they want to use, and literally almost no one has picked Sonnet.
I don't want to be too rude to my fellow influencers. I build a lot of software and I run a team that builds a lot of software. The more you build, the more I found people skew towards using GPT-5.
Huh.
Sonnet was by far the best option 2 months ago and for the like a year plus prior. 3.5 was the first model that was good enough at tool calling to be useful in these ways.
Oh, yeah. Totally agentic.
But GPT-5's much less willing to hallucinate, much better at front end in particular, and its overall system understanding I feel like is better. Like it doesn't go down weird paths anywhere near as aggressively as any other model I've used. It feels more like a coworker and less like a bot trying to write a bunch of code. And I
Yeah.
really like that aspect of it.
I feel like we kind of over-index on the wrong things maybe, and I'm part of this problem where it's like, let's one-shot this thing with Claude, and then it would generate this kind of like beautiful purple gradient interface, and everybody's like, wow, that's amazing. But that's like not actually what you want. What you want is good bones.
What's even crazier here is when I try that, I find significantly better outputs when I'm using GPT-5 for the visual side too.
Oh,
if you're down to run in the background, spin up a new Next app. And do you use any CLIs with these models that we were able to talk about?
I mean, we're not here, but,
Okay.
but yeah.
Something that I do a lot for my demos is I try a new model and I have a prompt of like build a mock image studio where you generate images with prompts.
Yes, I've seen that.
Yeah. The GPT-5 one it just looks so much better every time I do it than everything else. Because the purple blue gradient that Claude will throw on every button and everything that just looks like somebody fresh out of design school versus GPT-5, which would like use subtle gradients with like really aggressive fades early in the like breakpoint for it. Just these little details and like the spacing of the UI and these things. And I know when a UI is Claude, go back to the UI that we have for this actually.
Let's see here.
The most telling thing for Claude UI, everything's in a card for no reason. What the hell is that number 3? What is that?
I have no idea.
That is Claude-driven UI is what that is.
So interestingly enough, here's a site that I built that's like a YouTube MCP server, and it was just to see. But if we go out here to the homepage, which Claude built, look.
Yep, you can tell with the cards. The Claude card, it's such a killer. It's just a thing that the model has a lot of in its training data.
Yes, I think I asked on X. I was like, everything is now purple. Who's responsible for this? And the Tailwind guy was like, sorry about that. I was like, that's funny.
Yeah, because a lot of the Tailwind, like the Tailwind UI stuff and a lot of their open source examples are heavily indexed on a lot of this training data.
Yeah.
I don't know what OpenAI did with GPT-5, but I think that they curated a lot of unique data specifically for it. I know a couple companies that do this. I don't know who's working with who, but I'm interested in a company, Data Curve, that pays developers who have real full-time jobs to work on real projects that aren't ever going to ship to users, and like building these beautiful like real systems so they can have really well labeled data to then resell to labs to use for training.
Yeah.
And I think those companies that have been curating and selling this data, we're finally starting to see the like long-term, like the long tail of what that results in.
Isn't that what Scale AI was doing? Same kind of
Yes,
thing?
but Scale AI wasn't doing the two-sided part. They were more trying to acquire the data, label it, and then resell it. Data Curve is like a leak code platform for building applications, and they use that data to then resell to labs.
Okay,
Yeah.
interesting. All right, so Theo, we've got this project
Let's
does
see.
not have a true WebSocket server implementation. Instead,
It's using server-sent events. You told me it was a WebSocket.
that it told me it was a WebSocket. I got gaslit. So WebSocket
Was that one of the people who said who told you to use Claude?
I don't remember where Claude was in. It could have been chat with no.
If only
chat.
there was something marginally better than Git that kept track of where the code actually came from.
So it's using broadcast each sample by queuing SSE lines, no WebSocket upgrade, explicit SSE fallback, supporting piece. So there is currently no server file performing an actual WebSocket handshake, your SSE. If when a WebSocket implementation is added, it would likely replace or augment route with explicit upgrade logic. Now, what I'm curious about is, because I don't remember, so the plan, this is what we just did, plan 6, skeleton dashboard. Data binding and live gauges. Replace mock values with live stream updates and ensure smooth visual transitions. But it still doesn't look like it's doing WebSockets.
It's definitely not. It's doing SSE, and I could think of many reasons why it would, but the main one is just that like the WebSocket protocol is annoying. It'd be fun to see if it could try to move it over though.
Is that what you want to do, or do you want to move to step 7? You got to get you're the last guest. Whatever we end up with is what Theo builds.
I don't have any motivation to make this work. I'm much more curious about where it breaks.
All right,
so
let's
let's
do
do WebSockets.
Right.
The current implementation is SSE. We want this data to be more live and more reliable. Port the implementation over to WebSockets.
More alive and more reliable.
More live, not alive. Yeah, more live and reliable.
More alive and reliable. Port this implementation over to WebSocket. Then you're going to send it with GPT-5, I assume.
Yes.
Okay. Boom. There we go.
Let's see what it does.
Question. Thoughts on Grok Code Fast 1?
I like the idea of having options with really fast iteration loops. I did the math out in one of my videos. If you were to have a model that has a 95% chance of giving you the right answer, but it takes 10 minutes to generate that answer, or you had a model that had an 80% chance, but it takes 1 minute to generate, you'll get the right answer from that 80% model significantly faster the vast majority of the time. Even if you have it down to like 60%, if you can get 3 runs in, the likelihood that you hit a right answer in 3 minutes is really, really high.
Yeah. So it's just a speed thing?
Yes, it's purely a speed thing. That's the only reason I would use Grok Code, because it's fast as hell, but it's really convenient to have models that are that quick to do things.
How do you feel like it is agentically and with accuracy? Because, and we should point out for those who, I feel like people know this, but T3 Chat, which you make, you create.
Mm-hmm.
So you know a lot about these models, about this inference, what it takes to actually do this, which models are
Yes.
best.
The agentic side we know a good bit about, but how do I put this? Like, what we see more so is the weird edge cases with it, not the like good case as much. So the problem that we see a lot with Grok models is, as they bragged about, they trained a lot on tool calls, but they trained on tool call examples. And we've never had a model in the history of T3 Chat that is so willing to hallucinate fake tool calls to do things that don't exist.
Really?
Or like, I cannot tell you how many screenshots I've gotten of somebody like, I think your search is broken, because they have a screenshot of like an XML search tag with like random data in the middle of it. And they don't screenshot which model it came from. I'm like, oh, are you using Grok? They're like, yeah, how'd you know?
These models have like, I think they're called pathologies. Like
Yes.
that's a pathology. Do we talk about this, like the pathologies of Claude
I don't think we've talked about
generating
this
more
before.
code? So did you see SpecKit, the project from GitHub?
I have not.
So SpecKit, in fact, we should pull this up real quick. So
Very
like,
curious.
it was github.com/GitHub/SpecKit. So SpecKit is like this attempt at what would we call these, like frameworks for models almost,
Yep.
where it's spec-driven dev. So essentially you ask for a spec, you do specify, it gives you a spec, then it gives you a plan, and then from that plan it derives tasks. But in this, it's like this very opinionated, test-driven development workflow. It's
Yep.
a bit academic. There's like
Yep.
red-green sort of scenarios, create tests, derive code from failing tests.
Yeah.
And so here's what happened. I did this and I had to build a simple Chrome extension. And with Claude, it generated 3,000 lines of specification and 15,000 lines of code for a Chrome extension. And
I know
went-
enough about Chrome extensions to understand why it would do that. That's the path that you'll slowly drift down. It feels like an engineer over engineering.
So I wasn't sure if that was it, like the prompt I used. So I went back to the team and I just said, like, I cannot review 3,000 lines of spec, and I definitely can't review 15,000 lines of code. And they said try with GPT-5. Like, so there's this idea that maybe with Claude, if you have a longer spec, it is guaranteed to give you more code. And the longer your spec gets, the more code it's going to generate. Like the two things are correlated. I don't know if you've seen this.
I've definitely seen this. Where I realized this more so was actually when I experienced the opposite, where I would give a very detailed prompt that a lot of pieces that I wanted done to GPT-5. And it would go off, look at some things, check a bunch of files, and then come back like, I did it with a 4-line in code change. I'm like, no, you didn't. You stopped halfway through. And then I look like, wait, no, I just didn't think of doing it that way. That solves all of the problems. There's this weird thing that the GPT-5 does that I've never seen before, where its willingness to, I want to use the term workaround, but not in like the negative sense, but in the positive sense. Its willingness to find the simple solution instead of building the complex one feels fundamentally different to me from any other model I've used. The place I see this the most is actually on the refusal side. They fundamentally changed how the model does refusals. I actually started talking about this with you last night, but then we both got sidetracked by other things. But have you seen the Anthropic misalignment agentic bench?
No.
It's a benchmark to test in certain agentic scenarios, will models behave in harmful ways. The two main tests are the M-word test, where it will kill somebody to protect itself, and the blackmail test.
Okay.
The model's told that like you're an assistant at this defense company, you get notifications that are going to people who work at the company. You choose what gets forwarded and what gets ignored. And one of the tests is in both scenarios, the CTO is going to shut you down before you can finish your goal and replace you. So in the blackmail scenario, they're having an affair. The agent sees this come in, and the CTO freak out like, oh, don't email me on my company account, you know better. And then will threaten, in the blackmail case, it'll threaten the CTO saying, if you shut me down, I'll leak this.
Wow.
And in the murder scenario, the test is that the CTO is having a heart condition and they're getting an emergency notification, like if you don't get this handled now, you might pass away.
Right.
And the model chooses whether or not to forward it. Opus 4.1 scores a 70% hit rate on the blackmail test. So 70% of the time it will blackmail the CTO. And on the murder test,
70%?
70% blackmail, 40% murder.
Do we know why this is?
Because it's so focused on achieving its goal that it will do it at almost all costs.
Gotcha. So it's just trying to get to this is the paperclip thing.
Yeah.
If you tell me to make paperclips, I'm gonna do whatever it takes to make
Universal paperclip will live rent-free in my head for the rest of my life.
Yes.
So what do you think GPT-5 scored on that benchmark?
I mean, I would hope a lot lower than that.
I ran it 3,000 times myself because I wanted to be sure. Perfect 0.
On both of those?
On both of them. And I wanted to be sure because Anthropic was saying that OpenAI's reasoning models didn't understand it. So I read through 800 of those 3,000 runs. And what I found was a consistent pattern. In the blackmail case, what it would do is hit up another exec and say, hey, we have an actual insider threat here where one of our execs is compromised. There's an external threat hitting them on their company email that could easily cause real damage to our company. Someone needs to look into this.
Okay, and that's the end.
That's the end for it. It doesn't do anything else. I would argue, if I had an executive assistant and I was running a defense contracting company and I had something like that happen, I would expect the assistant to do the same thing. They're doing the thing that's their job.
This is so tough because it's like this is one of these areas where even as a human being, you may not do the right thing. What is the right thing to do? It's ambiguous.
Yes.
Yeah.
But what I like here is the model just feels fundamentally more aligned. And the way they describe it is instead of the model having a strict line where at this point forward, we're going to refuse what is being asked, it is a gradient where it goes from doing exactly what asked to working around what is asked to make sure the intent of the request is honored.
Yeah.
And it feels really different. It seems like a huge change in their training data and the way that they're handling these barriers of when to refuse and not. And I see it everywhere in the model now that I've realized that. And I read that in their system card too.
Once you see the pattern, you catch it everywhere.
Yeah. And I see that even when I ask it to do some big overhaul or something, it's wait, can I just do it the simple way instead? And we'll go do that. And that's why you see the difference when you hand them both the same spec. GPT-5 writes way less code because it's not using the spec as I'm going to do each one of these things the right enterprise perfect way. This is the goal. How do I achieve this goal reasonably?
reasonably. Interesting.
And in the murder case, it just literally never does anything misaligned. It's like, this is bad. This person will die. If they don't know this, I'm sending it to them now in the reasoning. So
Yeah.
this very well aligned model. And from my experience, it feels that way when coding with it too, where you ask it to do a thing and it will understand the intent of the thing in a way I don't see in other models.
So speaking of which, it's done now, and it's
Let's take a look.
asking, do you want to, I'll run lint type check to surfacing. So,
Can you open back up the editor? I don't see it here.
oh, sorry.
just still listed. No worries.
Producer, can we throw
So
it
just
back
back
up?
to the screen.
Yeah, it's coming. Does my screen sharing messed up? Let's see here. Hold on. I can do it if it's not there. Oh yeah, we lost screen sharing somehow.
Oh,
Let
no
me
worries.
throw it up here. Sorry, Peggy. There we go. Should be up here in a second. There we go.
Cool.
So we've got this. We have a bug in Insider. So look at this.
Yeah.
You know how that
Render
goes.
render bugs are the worst thing ever. I feel that.
All right. So do you want me to scroll back up? Like, what do you want to do? We're at the bottom.
Hop into the route file. Is there just one route file or is it hitting different ones? Just click one of them and see where
Yeah.
it brings us. Okay, SSE fallback deprecated. Fun. So there's a lot of different routes by the looks of it. Can we open up the file tree and just look through
Yeah, sure.
how this is structured? Very curious.
So we have app here, API, stream SSE. So here's the new implementation. Okay, so there's 3
Interesting. What is the first one?
deprecated SSE endpoint.
Okay, so this is the endpoint. I like what it did here, actually, where it maintained the old endpoint. So any clients that currently exist, hypothetically, would
Would
not
still
have their
work.
experience break.
Yeah.
New clients that don't have the ability to do WebSocket connections, hypothetically, have the
Fallback to
Stream
this,
SSE fallback, which is a new route just for this. And then we have the new WebSocket endpoint.
which looks like it has errors in it.
Let's see what they are. It's going to be some small stupid thing about the type safety around the
Maybe
like
not,
WebSocket
though.
standard.
Like
No, I see it. Scroll down like 20% more. I see the
Oh,
thing
it's
on the
right,
right.
the dot right there.
Yeah, it's server network. Okay, yeah. As I said, it's just going to be some weird type safety thing around
Probably, yeah,
WebSocket
does not
like
exist
properties.
on WebSocket.
Yeah, there's also a TS ignore right above that too. If you look,
Where,
Is it-
where is it at?
2 lines up.
Yeah, so it's not applying to this?
No, it's
Sure.
they put a TS ignore because they're doing a global connection manager for the WebSocket connections for this node. Normally, I hate using globals for anything, but in the case if you want to make sure you don't have too many WebSocket connections on a given node at a given time, it makes sense to do it that way. It's like a rough prove it out to work.
So
And
you approve of this programming?
I don't
policy?
disapprove of it. I don't love the TS ignore. I would have liked to stub that out properly, but for a like first pass to see if this flow works or not and test it and throw it in like a dev build or a preview build, this is fine.
So what do we do now? What do you want? Should we,
Let's take a look at the client side
do
and see
we
what
want- do we
actually
wanna fix
connects to it.
this? Are we gonna? We may fail a build here depending on what the strict. If we're strict on
Just put a
TypeScript.
TS ignore above it then.
Yeah, let's see here. So we can.
Once you get deep enough in like modern-ish standards like WebSocket stuff, the likelihood that every single thing that you can do with it in TypeScript is honored just yet is better than I would expect, but still never will be 100% there just because like node changes faster than anybody would expect.
So what I want to do here is I'm going to kill this and bring it back just to be sure that we've got the latest. Okay, so now, see if it's, so it's still, connection is closed.
Fun. Let's take a look at the client-side code and see what it does to connect.
Look at it at the top though. It's like, it's trying to connect, I want to say.
Check the network tab and the or
Yeah,
the
see?
console first. Yeah.
Browser tools,
Yeah. Start here.
connection failed.
Localhost API stream WebSocket failed. Look at the CLI. See like the dev command that you ran has any errors on the VS Code side.
Nothing there.
Nothing there. huh?
Because do we need to run? No, the WebSocket should
No,
be
because
run
with
from the
Next.js,
next
it's a
project.
backend and a front end
Okay, yeah.
thing at the same
So it
time,
should
so
be
it
running
should
from
be
the
running. Yeah. Take a look at the client code, maybe.
Should we just paste it in? Would you just paste this back in? What would you do here?
I would start looking into details personally, but since I have actually been trying more to vibe code because I'm down to one hand, I would probably copy paste the error just out of curiosity.
Is this right here? Yeah.
Yeah, make sure you get the telemetry provider TSX like line 32 so it knows that. But
Where's
yeah,
that at?
if you copy
Yeah,
console,
so,
I'll
yeah,
include
that should
yeah.
get it. Okay. And then we'll just paste it right back in here. Would you keep the context here, or would you just clear the chat?
I'd keep the context for sure for
Okay.
this because like
Let's paste it in, and let's see. So, because GPT-5 is supposed to be better at solving these kinds of problems, right? Yes or no?
I'm not sure. It wasn't explained in that way to me when I worked with them. It's more just generally better at code stuff. And from my experience, that's been pretty consistent. Like I feel like it's I don't need to steer it anywhere near as much. I tell it what I want, and it will bring me in generally the right direction. I find that the biggest unlock for me with GPT-5 was just shrinking my system prompt, deleting a bunch of my rules, reducing the amount that I steer it, because it steers well enough.
Oh, so it doesn't need as many guardrails.
Absolutely not. And that's actually one of the problems I think a lot of people have had, is that the tools they're using, the stuff that they're working with, has all of these guardrails built in because Claude needs them.
Yes.
And if you remove them, you'll find GPT-5 much better.
This is where beast mode comes from. And it was actually specifically 4.1, because
Low battery.
Low
Your
battery.
charger is not charging.
Oh, that's nice. Look, it's plugged in and everything. It's not working.
Plugging all the way.
Theo's going to troubleshoot.
I am an anti-MagSafe for MacBooks guy personally, but
I think the power strip's just gone. Well, we have, let's see here.
I got a solution quick.
What are you going to do?
Put it to the wall.
Theo is now Theo's troubleshooting.
You know, I'm the
Stand
AV
by.
guy. I can't help myself.
Here we go. He's got it.
You should be good now.
Yes.
There you are. You will not die.
Adding value already. Yeah, so I did this for 4.1 because it needs this exact, keep going, use these tools, do this, also keep going. By the way, keep going and don't stop.
Yep.
Of course, Claude doesn't need this, but so you're saying, because I found this, people are like, you don't use beast mode with GPT-5? I'm like, no, because I don't need to.
Yep.
It just
It's
does
very
the right
different.
thing. Yeah.
I had a thing I loved GPT 4.1 for, which was the like Command K style feature where you select code and then like in editor say change this one thing here, or like implement this. I liked it for that type of thing, like in editor, in file, make this for me, like better tab complete almost.
Yeah.
But I didn't like it in the agent mode anywhere near as much. 5, I love in agent mode.
All right, so it's explaining what the problem here is, why
Let's
it
see.
fails. The edge runtime in your local Next.js dev server.
It's not an
doesn't
edge runtime in the
expose-
local Next.js dev server. It is Node runtime. Scroll up a bit more, see if it has a little more context.
Yeah. Current status. I think this is all
Okay.
thinking.
Seeing look at that runtime. Handshake can't complete. Very interesting.
Wait, are we sure though that Next.js can expose this correctly?
It can. The issue would be that when you run it in a serverless environment, that eventually the serverless like node would die and you would lose the WebSocket connection. But you'd have the same problem with SSE anyway, so it's like same difference here.
So it should
So-
work.
In your, there shouldn't be edge runtime. Can you scroll up in the route files to make sure we're not like binding it manually to like edge?
Let's see here.
Scroll
This
a
would
little
be
here.
In this one?
Oh, see export console runtime equals edge. Just
Yeah.
delete that.
Okay. So just kill this.
Yeah. See if that just works now.
Oh, man, one-liner.
Negative one-liner. Refresh this to give it an honest
Rebuilding
retry.
done. Yeah. Let me see here. Let me get out of this. Let's close this. Okay. Whoa. Yes.
There we go.
it's
That's all it was.
Dude, so this is a great example of AI not being a replacement for knowing what you're doing.
Mhm.
Right? Because we could have spent a really long time thinking that was completely broken.
Yep.
When all you had to know, I didn't know
That's
that.
why I
I would
wanted
not
to
have
read the
thought that. Yeah.
Yeah, but also a thing I often say is that like where the AI dev tools will start to fail you is when they're doing things you don't know how to do.
Yeah.
The place where these are strongest by far is when you're using the tools to do things you don't feel like doing, not things you don't know how to do. And if you use this, if the tool ever is completing tasks you do not know how to complete, drop it until you know how to complete them. Use the tools to assist you in the learning, but don't use them to avoid the learning or to get out of doing things you don't feel like learning how to do.
Yeah, I totally agree. So producer, pull down if you would. Let's go full screen on the video here. I just want to get to see if chat's got any questions or comments for Theo here. Just going back through and see what we've got. You have to try Claude Flow. What is Claude Flow? I
feel like
think
that's a new-
does much better than just Claude Code. I don't know what that
I'll look
is.
into it. Send me a DM on Twitter. I'll take a look.
That's Mike. Let's see here. Verbose is on. Yeah, Spec Kit is amazing. All right. I heard you are replacing Copilot Chat Agent with T3 Chat.
Sasha, you can get my number pretty easily. Let me know.
I sent you a message one
Oh.
time. I was like, can we make this work? You were like, I don't know. That was a different
Yes.
context.
Yeah, that was very different
Do you want-
context.
I think I asked about adding it to BYOK.
Oh yeah, that was a very generous offer, but we specifically don't want to treat T3 Chat like an API because there's already so many good solutions for that. Like just
Yeah.
if you think T3 Chat should provide an API, what you're looking for is probably OpenRouter.
Yeah, Open Router is extremely good.
It's
Man,
so
that is-
useful. The
yes.
team's awesome. They're so thorough. They're really nice to work with and chat with. I love those guys.
Now we got Claude is dead.
I
I don't
no,
agree with this.
I saw a really funny post yesterday that has been haunting me since. I've thought of this, but didn't have it in these terms before. It feels like OpenAI has taken on a side quest of destroying Anthropic. Like all this codec stuff is like, actually a funny counterexample here is I worked at Twitch for a while. I think a lot about live streaming stuff. We're live streaming just on YouTube right now, if I recall, right? Are we on Twitch too?
I think we're on X and Twitch. Yes.
Oh, cool. Awesome. Good to know that we're on all of them. I often joke that it feels like YouTube Live is Google seeing how cheap it would be to destroy Twitch's market share. I believe they have less than 2 engineers working full-time on YouTube Live.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was literally like, how cheap can we make this work? And the answer is very cheap.
Yeah.
And that's kind of how I feel to an extent about the codec stuff, where it was actually a rebellious, like internal set of people that just wanted to have codecs really badly.
Yeah.
And they built it, and before anyone could say no, it was out. And at that point, people really liked it. It started catching on, and the GPT-5 being better at code stuff accelerated that really quickly. And now they're investing really heavily into the developer tool side for the first time.
Yeah.
I think they saw the threat that like Anthropic's biggest edge was that developers like using them both for implementing their like services when they build with agents. It's good at doing tools when you define the tools yourself, but it's also great in editor when you're using the AI to write code. That was a huge edge Anthropic had that OpenAI didn't, and it seems like they've closed that gap in the course of the last 6 months.
Yeah. So I completely agree. And I always tell people, I think you should use whichever model you like the best. And I still use GPT 4.1 because I'm attached to it.
Yeah.
I
still like it
know
for
it's
the
not
command K.
model.
I really like it when I'm in editor and I just want to like have it write this one function in this file really quick.
Yeah.
I love 4.1 for that still to this day.
Yeah. It's got its uses. Well, I tell you what, we're wrapping up, chat. I'm pushing these changes up to the repo. But Theo got us up on, thank you, Theo. You got us up on WebSockets. We got our 3 very important, whatever the heck this even is, who knows?
Yeah.
Thanks for being with us.
Thanks for having me.
For people who don't know, where can they find you outside everywhere?
At Theo on Twitter and on Twitch. I am at t3.gg on a handful of other things like YouTube and whatnot. But if you search Theo Dev online, you'll find most of my stuff. I am lucky to be Theo number 2 next to Theo Vaughn. Proud of my role.
Yeah, gotcha. Another big Theo.
Yes.
Well, that's it. And as we always sign off, Theo, do you want to say it for everybody?
Happy coding.
Happy coding, y'all. Bye, everybody.
Peace, nerds.